evening. All right. So I was not actually going to play today, but my sister left and I want to finish this story so bad that I decided to stream. I just got off work. It's hot outside. I could be too tired to stream. We'll find out because sometimes after I've done like 8 hours of work, I'm a little worse when it comes to my dyslexia. We'll find out because I was already messing up stuff at work today. So I'm hoping for the best. My fingers are crossed. But we are going to pick up where we left off. We were almost at the end of the chapter for chapter 5 for Takeru. We're getting real close to it, but I didn't manage to get to it. So we only have, I'd say, a chapter and a quarter left for this. And then we will be down to just Yanagi. And then we'll be done with this game. And then we can start a new game, which I'm super excited about because I want to play. Part of me wants to play Jack and Jean because it's different. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I was told it's an Atomi game. Part of me wants to check and make sure it is. But it's rhythm, and I haven't done a rhythm game in a while. I do enjoy rhythm games, so I'm excited about the concept. But Charade Maniacs, I'm a little nervous about because there are 9 different guys in this, and there's like 3 of them at a glance that I'm like, I like that one. So we'll see. All right, the following day, I headed to the investigation HQ and looked through the X-Day incidents files all morning. No new information useful to the investigation. I stared at the picture of Akito being posted as a suspect. Among his list of friends was Kazuki's name. I brushed my fingers against it. Oops. During breakfast, Kazuki seemed to act like his usual self. I thought it was going to be a flashback, sorry. Okazaki complimented me on the breakfast I made, and Kazuki frowned at him, telling me him not to hit on his sister in front of him. Yoshinari had 3 plates, and Kazuki told him to show some restraint, but he was acting calm. But when I saw him look down every so often to futilely check his phone, it just made me feel so sad. Because last time Akito basically said, "Hey, tell your brother to stop texting me," and I was like, "I'm not gonna do that. You're the one who broke his heart." I left home because I couldn't bear to see my brother like that any longer, and also probably because you had to go to work.
どうやら笹塚くんはまだ出勤していないようですね。
It seems that Sasazuka hasn't made it into work yet. Oh, Minigishi, good morning.
おはようございます。
Good morning, Hoshino.
笹塚くんはどうしました？もうじき会議があるのですが。
Did something happen with Sasuke? We're about to begin today's briefing. Dude, I'm not dating him. Sasuke has been doing an independent investigation since last night. Just trying. Do not press buttons while I'm doing this. Okay, cool. I can't say what happened last night. Minigishi frowned a little while he looked at me suspiciously. That's right. Last time, the caller was talking, and the caller was trying to get I keep trying to call him Sasuke. That's like the 3rd time. Sasuke to join the dark side. And he even showed a photo of the guy who killed Sasuke's mom. So then you told me to get the F out of there. And I was like, okay, that's rude. Freelancing at this juncture? I'm sorry. There's no need for you to apologize. The investigation is currently at a standstill. If he's found some clues, then that could allow him more room to operate. Minigishi showed me a tired smile. He wasn't the type to ever complain to one of his subordinates. The stress wrinkles visible on his face made me stand up. You seem a bit tired, so how about I make you some coffee? Well, thank you. I can't date you, Minigishi. The deadline that Adonis had declared for X-Day was only 2 weeks away. The only person who seemed to still have energy was Police Chief Takade, who was yelling up a storm. The investigators on site, including Minigishi, were all visibly tired. After I delivered coffee to Minagishi, I went out to the hallway for a break and dashed off to message Sasazuka. Where are you right now? If you can read this message right now, please respond. I looked towards the ground while holding my phone in my line of sight.
笹塚さんさえ望めば、それが
We'll help you, blah, blah,
ゼロ
blah.
から
Expect a message from Zero.
おかけになった電話番号は現在電波の届かない場所にあるか電源が入っていないため
The number you have dialed is unavailable right now. At the tone, he's not answering. The seed of worry grew larger, and its vines started to constrict around my heart. He had a motive for revenge. He had a target for revenge. And now he had the means for revenge. With the same stage set for him, Akito joined Adonis. What would Sasaka do? He said that there was someone he hated so much that he wanted to kill them. I couldn't concentrate. After I left the police department, I heaved a huge sigh and tried to reflect on the situation. I couldn't remember doing a single productive thing at work today. I better snap out of it. I slapped my face to rile myself up and I checked my messages with the faintest bit of hope. As I suspected, nothing. I tried calling again, but once again, I just got the answering machine. What do? I couldn't just go home, so I thought about what I should do. Go to his home. Go to the office. We're gonna go to his home because I don't think he would stick around. Plus, you just gonna end up sleeping with him again. With your clothes on. Sasuke, he's not here. He wasn't at Investigations HQ, so I thought he might be at home. I went to his apartment, but with a hope, but there wasn't any lights from his room. All I could do was look up at his window while calling him. He's not answering. I turned around and with my shoulders slumped, I headed to the office. The office door had been left carelessly unlocked, so I entered, but no one was there. I should call Yanagi, but if I can't get a hold of him, it's the same. My mind filled with a fog of unpleasant thoughts while I sat down in Sasuke's chair.
俺にはある。法の下で裁く。それくらい。
Yeah, you're a little murder bud. I got it. What was he doing right now? He wasn't at the station or the office. It's like he was deliberately avoiding me. With the fire of revenge burning inside of him, what could he be thinking right now?
わかるか？結果として実行に至らなかっただけで。もし今。
I don't need the follow. I understand. Yeah, I didn't understand that. Revenge only spawned more revenge. Yeah, I get it. We're gonna go back. Just in caseies, and go to the office just in case. Let's try that first. I'll try the office. Maybe he was just at the office the entire time. I knew I was grasping at straws as I headed over to the detective office. On the 5th floor of the building was a light that made me gasp. The light was quite literally one final ray of hope. Could it be? I ran up the stairs of the building readily, my voice to shout, Sasuka!
Whoa!
Whoa!
なんだおい、討ち入りか？俺の本能寺はここだったのか？
What's going on? An attack? Is this place gonna get set on fire? Enomoto. Maybe he was napping. He had fallen to the floor and was getting back up. I bowed in an apology to Enomoto. I'm sorry, I just thought that Sasuke was back.
タケル今日は見てねえけど、なんかあったのか
Takeru? I haven't seen him today. Did something happen? No, I don't have a way to contact him. Is it all right if I just wait here for him for a bit?
別にいいぜ。まあ、コーヒー入れてきてやるよ。
Go ahead, I'll make some coffee. I watched Enomoto go to the other room and heard him let out a sigh. I didn't know whether or not to tell him the circumstances because I was unaware of how much of Sasuke's past they knew. I hesitated to reveal things that Sasuke might not want to know. Known? Want known? Sorry. I drank the coffee Enomoto made for me, and while we chatted idly, I felt myself gradually growing calmer. Enomoto kept glancing at me, probably trying to find the right moment to pop in with what he wanted to ask. Even if I can't tell him the exact circumstances, I should still ask for his opinion. I viewed this as part of my investigation and opened my mouth. Enomoto, is there anyone that you would like to get revenge upon?
What? 復讐?
Revenge? Yes, the common thread that ties the X-Day cases together is revenge. Sasazuka told me that the foundations of a good investigation is to think the way a criminal does. For example, if someone that you loved dearly was murdered in cold blood, how do you think that person would act?
そういうお前はどうなんだ? 殺したいほどの憎しみ、想像できんのかよ?
What about you? Can you imagine yourself hating someone so much that you want to kill them? No. Even if someone I loved was murdered in a different life, someone was, and you killed that BZ, I didn't think I would hate that person enough to actually go and kill them. I can't imagine it. As someone that hadn't been hurt, I can't just yell down from my high horse that revenge is never the answer. But if I were to dirty my hands with revenge, I know there would be someone saddened by it. My family, friends, colleagues, I think of their faces and it would force me to stop. That is not true. Or maybe that's what I want to believe. When the situation actually arose, no one could definitively say that they would never do it in the heat of the moment. As long as I couldn't understand the emotions of a perpetrator who was desperately seeking revenge, as long as I didn't get Sasuka's emotions, would it really be impossible for me to stop Adonis? Would it really be impossible for me to stop Sasazuka? It seemed like a confession, and Enomoto listened to me quietly. After I was finished, he turned his head and gave me a confused look.
まあ、犯人の心情ってどうしても理解しなきゃダメなことか?
You mentioned a perpetrator's emotions. Why do you need to understand them?
そりゃそういう捜査法もあるけど、あくまで捜査の手法の一つだろ.
I'm sure that's one way to investigate, but that's just one method.
俺が言うのもなんだけどよ。警察の仕事は犯人に共感して同情して仲良くなることか?
It's not that, like... Sorry, Enomoto. My apologies. I thought you were done. It's not like I can talk because I quit. But as you're trying to say, police need to empathize with criminals? But are you trying to say that police need to empathize with criminals? I don't think that's true at all. Oh.
警察の一番の仕事は犯人を捕らえること。それ以上罪を重ねないよう捕らえるのは遺族のためでも犯人のためでもある。
A policeman's job is to catch criminals, to catch them so they don't commit more crimes for the sake of the potential victims and the criminal. Why was I mistaken? If it was just to have empathy, you don't need to be a cop to do that. What you must do is catch criminals and put them somewhere they could atone for their crimes. That's a police officer's job. Enomoto, thank you.
あんま真面目なこと言うとむずくなっちまうから勘弁してくれよ。
Give me a break. If you get too serious, I start to get really uncomfortable. Enomoto was being bashful, so I smiled at him while picking up my cell phone. I wanted to think the same as someone close to me. I thought that feeling was important. But to blindly think the same thing simply for the sake of doing it was an empty gesture. When they have chosen the wrong path, you have to take their hand and lead them back. If I can't do that, I can't really call myself his partner. I thought a little before writing a message. The message theme should be... I'm about to cry. I believe in you. I believe in you. I pushed the send button with my heart behind it, but after 10 minutes there was no response. I exhaled and put my cell phone back into my pocket. That's fine. I wasn't really expecting a response anyways. That message was more to organize my thoughts rather than to have him read and respond to it. It was my expression of determination. And then Enomoto said that he had some business to attend to and waved as he left the office. He might have been being considerate to me since I told him that I wanted to wait for Sasazuka here. The office was too quiet for me to just sit there all by myself, but I wasn't afraid anymore. I knew Sasazuka would be back. I believed in that as I slowly fell into a deep slumber. Chapter 6! We're doing it! December 19th, 2:26 a.m. I heard a sound. In my sleep, the sound that stirred me awake was the sound of a door opening and closing. Enomoto, is he back? That's right, I have to message Kazuki, tell him I'm staying out tonight. I have some bread I already bought for breakfast and some leftover salad in the refrigerator. While I collected my addled thoughts, I reached for my cell phone. Whoa. My hand contacted something warm and I felt it twitch. I nervously opened my eyes. Hmm? A hand reached out to cover my mouth and placed his index finger in front of his mouth. Be quiet. I nodded and Sasuke started to poke around on his cell phone. I waited for another few moments. My cell phone vibrated. I don't want the caller to pick up. Don't talk until I say so. I quietly nodded. I'll be working nonstop starting now. Until morning? All through the night? With that short statement, I blinked and tried to respond. Is there anything I can help with? Nothing. Go to sleep. That is all. He patted me on the head as he sent that concise message before sitting down in front of his PC. At least let me make you coffee. I already brought coffee. I know you want attention, but I don't want the caller picking up keystrokes. Go to sleep. Could he read my mind? How does he seem to know exactly what I'm thinking? After the wave of message coming, he signed off with that emoji and caused me to fall flat on my face. When I turned around, I saw him smile, and it filled me with emotion. He usually had such sharp eyes, but in his writing, I could sense his humor. Sasaka was right there. Now he was somewhere I could reach him. That relieved me a bit. I started to doze off again, but I managed to dash up a quick message first. Welcome back. When I saw a message from Lee, I couldn't help but smile. That's right, I'm smile-worthy. When I turned around to look, she was right there, sleeping peacefully in front of me with a smile on her face. Just you wait, it's only a little bit longer. I turned my head to face the PC and tried to type on the keyboard as quietly as possible. I didn't have time to waste right now. I had to quickly crack the data that he gave me. Once I was done analyzing this, I'm sure this happened a while ago. After I ended the video connection with Akito, I had Lee go home first. December 17th, 11:09 p.m. Damn it. I took my anger out on Minio's chair until I was out of breath. This is the worst. This is the worst feeling I could possibly imagine. Those cruel gunshots. My mother's smile stained in blood. Just remembering his smile when the ruling came down in his favor. That sight replayed over and over in my mind. Years had passed since then, but when I saw him again, a white-hot hatred reignited in my mind. I want to kill him. Even if I have to take the hand of the devil, even if I have to step into hell. Calm. Be calm, my bro. If I can kill him with my own hands, I don't care what else. Tell me that you won't go anywhere. Before I could truly engulf myself in hatred, that voice echoed back in my head. Compared to this hatred I feel, it was such a tiny voice. Don't go to the other side, say it. Or else or else I'll cry. Those words in her face forced. Oh, wait a second. Hang on. I'm about to cry. I wonder if Sasuke remembers. Sasuke remembers when we were drinking in his room. I said those words while I was pretty intoxicated, but they came from the heart and they were powerful enough to shut him up. I kept that in mind as I put my thoughts into the message. I'm about to cry. Just be good and wait. Oh, okay. I did pick the wrong one. That was the only response, but it showed that our hearts connected. That short but gentle message embraced me and filled me with warmth. Okay, cool. My bad. I thought that would be too babyish, but I mean, if he's literally remembering that conversation, that seems like the right time to put it. Okay. The words in her face forced their ways into my thoughts. Like a thin lifeline, it was enough to anchor me to this side.
しっかりしろ。笹塚タケル。
Snap out of it, Takeru Sasaka.
今俺がしなきゃならないことは何だ。考えろ。
What do I need to do right now? Think. I slapped my face and clenched my teeth.
泣かせたらきっと鬱陶しいだろうからな。
If I made her cry, it'd be incredibly annoying. I fired myself up with those words and I mentally played back the conversation I had over the PC with Akito. I played it again and again. The attractive recruitment from Adonis. I tried to hold out and to find something to glean from this video. This would be a long night. December 18th, 9:34 a.m. Where are you right now? If you can read this message right now, please respond. I can't respond. I can't pick up the phone. I put away my cell phone as I tried to compose my thoughts. Lee was at the department right now. Now was the time to move. I put on my coat and went out into the blinding sunlight. After pulling an all-nighter, my head felt heavy, but I also actually felt more awake than ever.
セラのメッセージはおそらく額面通りの意味じゃねえ。
Akito's message to me wasn't meant to be taken literally. There's something I noticed as I rewatched the video over and over. Akito was trying to impart something to me the best he could.
それに、和樹には選別も送りました。あいつは気づかないかもしれないけど、笹
Send
塚
a
さん、
gifts.
これは断罪すべきは何か。
Atonement and judgment. What did Akito Sira atone for? What judgment did he want me to
きっかけを
see?
つかみ始めてる。だがこのままじゃ情報が足りねえ。
I almost had it, but there wasn't enough information. I just stared at the screen and knew that I'd never arrive at the answer sitting here. So I got up. I headed back to that place.
弟、邪魔すんぞ。
Little brother, I'm coming in.
なんだよ。何しに来やがった。
What do you want?
いらっしゃい、たけるくん。和樹くんもほら、落ち着いて。
Welcome, Takeru. Come on, calm down, Kazuki.
勝手に招き入れんな。ここは俺の家だ。
Don't let him in. This is
お
my
母さんお前あっ
house.
ち行ってろ。俺はこいつと話がある。
Okazaki, can you go over there for a second? I need to talk to him. He must have sensed that it was serious because Kazuki shut up quickly. Okazaki nodded in understanding and headed to the living room.
前置きはなしだ。単刀直入に聞く。
I'll cut right to the
セラ
chase.
が行方不明になる前、お前に何かを渡したり、預けたりしなかったか。
Before Akito disappeared, do you remember him giving you anything or having you hold on to something?
ああ、そんなもんいちいち
It
覚え
was
て
the
ねえよ。
music. I wouldn't
あ
remember.
いつはもともといろんなもん貸し借りしてるし。
We lend and borrow each other's stuff all the
覚えて
time.
ないなら思い出せ。思い出せないなら片っ端から言え。
If you don't remember, just try harder. Just list off everything you can think of.
そういえば、秋人から新曲が届いたのは、あいつが失踪する前の日だった。
Now that you mention it, I got Akito's new composition the day that he
い
disappeared.
つも通りいい曲だったけど、ラストが少し半端な感じだったから、相談しようと思って。
It's a great song as usual, but the last part seemed unfinished, so I remember wanting to talk to him
そ
about
の
it.
曲は手元にあるか。
Do you have it with you? Kazuki gave me the file, so I transferred it to my laptop and opened up the music file that Okito had given him. The moment I saw the file name, my face tensed up.
食材か。
The title is Atonement.
ひょっとしてアキトのことで何か掴んだのか。だったら
Does that mean you found something out about Akito
捜
then?
査中だ。詳しいことはまだ言えない。ただ、俺も俺なりに最善を尽くしてる。
I'm in the middle of an investigation. I can't tell you the details, but I'll do my best.
少し部屋貸してくれ。急ぎの作業あるから。
Let me use your room for a bit. I need to work on something right now. I cut the conversation and chased Kazuki out. I turned on my PC.
やっぱりそうか。
I knew it. The music file that Akito gave Kazuki wasn't just ordinary music. It sounded like music if you played it on a media player. But if you dig into the data, there was code woven into the file. I continued to poke at the file to tease out the data, and soon a bit of text emerged. It was a URL. I navigated to the web
よし、
page.
繋がった。案の定サーバーの場所は海外か。
It's connected. As expected, the server's located overseas. It seemed like I was on the right track. On the screen was a prompt with a single letter X to enter a password, waiting for me to input something. I thought a little and typed in a password. I first attempted the username Akito, used for the video chat.
やっぱりダメか。そう単純な話じゃねえよな。
Didn't work. I guess it wasn't that
解
simple.
析ツールぶち込んで総当たりするのもリスクが高すぎる。
It's too risky to use a brute force method at
ハッ
cracking
キ
it.
ングに少し詳しい人間なら、数度の失敗でデータが消える仕組みぐらい用意してるって考えた方がいい。
If he knows his way around a computer like he claimed he did, the site's going to erase the data after a certain number of attempts. Akito led me here, so we must all want... Whoa. So he must also want me to crack this data. There has to be a hint somewhere.
それに和樹には
Send a
別の
parting gift, atonement. His words and actions, there has to be something.
笹塚さんこれは俺からの個人的な
Is the password Sasazuka? Did you try your name? There is a hidden hint here.
断罪すべきは何かどうか間違えないでください
Make no mistake that of who it is that must be judged. The title of the song he gave Kazuki was Atonement, not Atonement and Judgment.
いつも通りいい曲だったけど
Seemed unfinished. Come on, man. Unfinished. Well, in that case, I picked up my cell phone and scrolled through my contacts.
もしもし、柳さん、俺だけど。
Hey, Yanagi, it's me. December 18th, 7:45 p.m. The concert club was so empty compared to the last time I was here, but according to the info, he should be here practicing today. At this point, I received multiple messages from Lee. It bothered me to just ignore them all, but I entered the concert club. I showed my police ID and the staff to the staff, and they let me through as if they were expecting me. I'm here looking for Yashihiro Ishiki. He noticed me and gave me a wary look. Who are you?
警察だ。一色康弘。聞きたいことがある。
Police. Yashihiro Ishiki, I want to talk to you.
また2年前の事件の話それなら話せることは全部話
Are
して
you here to ask me about 2 years ago again? I've already told you people
警察
everything.
は好きじゃないさっさと帰って
I don't like the police. Please leave. I expected this reaction. Yashihiro Ishiki had been wrongfully arrested 2 years ago when he was suspected of murdering someone for pushing them onto a train track. The officer who made the wrongful arrest was murdered in the May incident, so naturally Ishii was suspected. His distrust of the police would obviously be pretty high, but now was not the time to care about
セラ
that.
アキトを知ってるな。
You know Akito Sierra, right?
あいつが行方不明になる直前、お前のところに新曲のデータが届いただろう。
Before he went missing recently, he sent some files for a new song he had just composed, didn't he?
曲のタイトルは断罪。違うか。
The title of the song is Judgment, am I wrong?
君は何を知ってるの
How did you know that?
星野一樹のところにもセラから同様に曲が届いてた。
Kazuki Hoshino also had a song sent to him around that
そ
time.
の曲には暗号が仕込まれてる。ただそれを解くには対となる曲のデータが必要なんだよ。
There's a code embedded in the song. I need the other half of the data in order to put the code
セ
together.
ラの交友関係を考えると、これほど大事なものを送る相手は和樹以外にお前しか考えられなかった。
Considering Akito's circle of close friends, you and Kazuki were the only people he had sent this
それで
to.
仮に君の言う通り俺が曲を受け取ってたとしてそれを渡す理由にはならない。
Let's say that I did receive something like that. What you're talking about, there's no reason for me to give it
そ
to
れ
you.
がアキトの不利になる可能性がある以上
Especially if giving that to you will cause harm to Akito.
それはセラがほぼ確実に事件の加害者だと知っての発言か。
Are you saying that you knowing that Akito was involved in a criminal act?
俺とアキトの付き合いは和樹より長いし
Yes, I've known Akito even longer than Kazuki.
だから知ってる。妹が殺されたこともア
That's-
キトが苦しんだことも
That's why I know he was in pain when his sister was
だから
murdered.
行方不明になった時も事情聴取された時も驚かなかった。あいつが選んだなら仕方ないと思った。
I wasn't surprised when he went missing and when he was questioned by the police. If he chose that path, that's how
ア
it
キトを
is.
突き動かしたのは俺にも覚えがある感情だから。
What moved Akito was an emotion that I'm too familiar
強
with.
引逮捕の件か。
The wrongful
そ
arrest.
う。あれで俺の人生は大きく狂わされた。
Yeah, they turned my whole world upside
夢を
down.
届くほんの一歩手前で階段は粉々に打ち砕かれた。
I was one step away from achieving my dream and everything came
今
crumbling
まで応
down.
援してくれたファンもスポンサーも手のひらを返したように俺のことを罵った。
All those fans that supported me, all my sponsors, they just turned around and thumbed their noses at me.
冤罪が証明されても外務の意識康弘の名はもう傷物。
Even after I was proven innocent, Yashihiro Ishiki of Gamu was already tainted. That's never going to
だから
change.
復讐者のセラの気持ちがよくわかるって。
So you understand how Akito feels as someone who took his revenge?
アキトとは違う。俺はも
No,
う前に進んでるから。
I'm different from Akito. I chose to move
な
on.
くしたものを取り戻すんじゃなくて新しく手に入れるって。
I won't try to gain back what I lost. I've decided to start anew.
アキトがどうするかはアキトの問題。それが正しいかどうか
What Akito does is Akito's problem. I'm not one to decide if it's right.
俺がしてあげられるのはアキトの味方でいることだけ。だから君には協力しない。
All I can do for him is make sure that I'm on his side. That's why I won't cooperate with you. Ishiki's eyes are calm and unmoved. This makes things difficult. He had already decided his position despite knowing everything that's going on. How do I gain his trust? What card can I play here? That's when I heard a vibrating noise that undercut the tension.
メール読んであげたら
Go ahead and read the message. Being urged on by his weary smile, I looked at the display on my phone. I'm about to cry.
バカ。
That idiot. I let an exclamation slip out when I read such a stupid, honest message, of course. After the recruitment attempt, I cut off all contact and didn't even respond. I'm sure she's feeling uneasy. She clung to me when we were drunk and cried like a child. I remember that and quickly composed a response. I didn't want to do all of this and end up making her cry. I wanted to tell her where I was and what I was doing right now. But for the time being, just be good and wait. I sent off the simple message, although it was filled with my emotion.
意識、お前の言い分は分かった。だが俺にも譲れない部分がある。
Ishiki, I know what you want to say, but I can't back down
あの
either.
暗号を解き明かすのはセラの願いだからだ。
It was Akito's wish for me to crack the code in that
アキト
file.
も
Really? Akito wants this?
今から流す動画はセラとの会話を録画したものだ。
I'll show the video of the conversation I had with
お前はど
Akito.
うするかはこれを見てから判断してくれ。
Just watch, decide what you want to do after that. I opened up my laptop, played the video, and turned
ライブ
around.
ステージの方で待ってる。お前なら気づくはずだ。セラが訴えた
I'll be waiting at the stage. You should realize what's going on. It was a huge gamble. I was risking everything banking on Ishiki seeing through to Akito's message. Ishiki knew Akito's desire was revenge, so he might find something in that video. Now that Akito had completed his revenge, what would he think? What was in his mind when he gave me that song? The meaning of it all. Soon afterwards, Yasuhiro Ishiki exited the green room and was carrying my CP and a USB drive.
アキトから受け取った曲は
The
そ
song
の
I got from
USB に
Akito,
入ってる
it's on this USB
いいのか
stick. Are you sure it's okay?
細かい事情はわからないあいつが何を訴えようとしてるのかも
I don't know your circumstances or what exactly he's trying to say.
俺にはアキトが後悔しているように見えた
But what I can tell that Akito
意
regrets
地を
it.
張った子供みたいに自分の口からは言えないけど気づいてくれって訴えてるように見えた
He's like a stubborn child there. He can't say what he wanted directly, but he wants others to
だから
notice.
任すこれでいいんだと思う
That's why I'll give this to you. I think it's for the best.
分かった絶対に無駄にはしない
All right, I won't waste this chance. I left the concert club and looked up at the sky and nope. I left the concert club and looked up the sky and the scattered stars. I looked up at the sky and the scattered stars. I can fix it. I hurried back over to the office. I needed to crack this data as soon as possible. I didn't know just how much information I was going to have to shift through to get to the data that Akito entrusted to me, but this would lead to the clue for judgment. December 19th, 2:26 a.m. That's when I woke up. The door to the office was unlocked. I entered, disgusted at how lax the security was. Immediately, I saw a silhouette. Wrapped up in a blanket on the sofa was Lee, sleeping. Lee's reached out, and I couldn't help but twitch in response. Her eyes slowly opened. I reached out. I covered her mouth immediately. 5:49 a.m. Jeez. After that, she must have been mentally exhausted as Lee was sleeping so soundly that I can hear her steady breathing. I got back to analyzing the data and stared at the screen intently.
セラの託してくれたデータ
So this is the data Akito left me. Just as I expected, the judgment sound data was a password. When I entered the password into the URL I got from Atonement file, I got access to a huge catch of data. The name of perpetrators they called executors, although it wasn't everything. There were all the details of the X-Day plans and his own confessions. He must have hacked into Adonis' system to obtain this information. Where is it? All the data here is important. The secrets are all actionable intelligence that investigators HQ use to completely snuff out Adonis.
どこにある
Where is it? But I was searching for different information. I kept opening and closing windows as I desperately looked through the information. As long as I found that, I could finally be released. We're back. 7:13 a.m. 2 hours later, I was awakened by a comforting typing sound on a keyboard. I was dozing in the morning sun when I saw Sasuka's back. I'm glad it wasn't a dream. The voiceless words we exchanged last night, the warmth of his hand on me. He was where I could reach him. Sasuka was here right now, and that made me so happy I wanted to cry. Has he really been working nonstop the entire night? I should at least get him some
見つけた
coffee.
これだ
I found it. This is it. Were you supposed to speak? Surprised at his sudden cry, I tried to muffle my caller's microphone. But Sasuka didn't seem to mind as he got up and started walking towards me.
目閉じろ
Close your eyes.
いいから黙って閉じろ
Shut up and close them. Feeling forced to comply, I closed my eyes without knowing why. Oh. I felt the sensation of a hand on my clothes, which caused me to twitch. Sasuka extended his hands and quickly undid the button by my neck. What are you doing? After he unbuttoned some more of the buttons on my
Yosh.
shirt. All right. At the same time, I felt him pull me closer to him. I also felt something untouch my neck. Huh? Is this... I heard electronic noise from my neck as my heart jumped. I had a feeling I knew what he was doing now. After a few more small sounds, I opened my eyes. Dude, he almost killed you.
これでいい。
Oh.
ちょっと待ってろ。
That's it. Just you wait. Sasazuka sighed in relief and then headed to the room in the back. I watched him go as my trembling fingers touched my neck. The inorganic metallic feeling was gone. Nothing to feel there now but the pulsing warmth that greeted my fingers.
もう大丈夫だ。
You're all right now. Sasazuka finished checking something as he said those words with multiple meanings. I'm all right. I had been forced to stay silent for a while, so I couldn't speak normally. I managed to wring these words out of my quivering throat. How?
セラのおかげでやっとクソ野郎どもの尻尾がつかめたんだよ。
Thanks to Akito, I was finally able to grab those bastards by the tail. Sierra?
入手したデータの中にお前につけられた首輪の詳細も入ってた。やっと外してやれたな。
In the data he gave me, there were details on how to remove your collar. I finally managed to get it off you. He rubbed his eyes, which were ringed by dark circles, and quietly filled me in.
まだ盗聴機能は生きてるだろうから、首輪は電波遮断してケースの中だ。
The wiretap bug is still active, so I put it inside a case that blocks radio waves.
これからそれ持って署に向かう。ここからが本番だ。支度しとけ。
I'll take this to the station now. We're just getting started. Get ready. Yes! He said it was thanks to Akito, and he said something about the data. There were many things I didn't understand, but I definitely understood that it was time to move. Sasazuka took out his cell phone with me by his
峰
side.
岸さん、笹塚です。
Minigishi, this is Sasazuka.
アドニスのアジトが割れました。今すぐ捜査員を集めてください。
I found Adonis's hideout. Please gather the investigators immediately. While we headed to the station by taxi, Sasazuka got me up to speed on everything. The insight about Akito in the video chat, the song data sent to Kazuki and Ishiki, how he analyzed the data from the website that Akito led to. He told me about all the Adonis' secrets that he had found, including my collar's data.
少し仮眠取る。署に着いたら起こせ。
I'm gonna nap. Wake me up when we get there. Is he gonna fall asleep on my shoulder? Ooh. Sasazuka turned to his side and closed his eyes. Soon I hear him fall asleep. He must be really tired. He passed out almost immediately. I listened to his rhythmic breathing as I looked at the collar in the case. On that night 2 weeks ago, when the collar had been placed on me, that was when it all started for me. And today it would all end. We were going to end it together.
お待ちしていましたよ、笹塚くん、星野さん。
We've been waiting for you, Sasazuka. Hoshino. Good morning, Minigishi.
そっちの準備はどうです？
How are the preparations going?
各捜査員は9時までに捜査本部に集合をかけています。
By 9, we'll have all the investigators gathered here.
犯人側の抵抗も予想されますので、特殊部隊や自衛隊へも要請済みです。
The suspects are likely to resist. I've requested special forces and SDF backup.
アジトが割れた以上、あとは向こうが逃げるのが先か、こちらが捕まえるのが先か。
Now that their hideout is exposed, it's a matter of whether or not they get away or we apprehend them first. It's a race against
ええ、
time.
その通りです。もうじき捜査会議が始まります。先に本部で詳しい話を聞かせてください。
Exactly. The investigation briefing will begin soon. Please get detailed info at HQ beforehand. December 19th, 9 a.m. The investigators leafed through the data that Sasazuka gathered. All of the investigators are obviously surprised as they read through it.
皆さん静粛に。これより緊急捜査会議を始めます。
Calm down, everyone. We will now begin the emergency briefing.
高枝警視総監、お願いします。
Police Chief Takede, if you will, please. While the investigators all lined up, the police chief glared at the materials. Sasazuka, give us the details first.
はい。
Yes. Sasazuka is called upon, and everyone in the room immediately turns and gives him their attention. But he stood up without even showing a hint of being tense as he walked to the whiteboard. Oh, look at you, not having
サイバー
anxiety
犯罪
like
対
me.
策課の笹塚健です。配布資料の説明の前に、一つ皆さんにお伝えしたいことがあります。
I'm Takeru Sasaka of the Cybercrime Division. There's something I want to tell everyone here before I explain the distributed materials.
犯罪者を擁護するつもりはありませんので、誤解せず聞いていただきたいのですが。
I have no intention of defending criminals, so please don't misunderstand what I'm about to say.
X レイ事件における各月の実行犯たちには、一部被害者という側面もあると思われます。
I believe that some of the perpetrators of the X-Day incidents are victims
すでに逮捕
themselves.
された相田学をはじめ、各月の実行犯には復讐の動機こそあれど、
Starting with
それを
Manabu
実行
Soda,
するだけの力も
who's
機会も
already
ない。
arrested. The murderers from other months had motives for revenge, but did not have ability or
殺意を
opportunity.
胸の内に秘めていたにせよ、おそらく何事もなければ復讐を果たすことなく生活を続けていたことでしょう。
Although they had murderous intent, they continued living their tortured lives without ever extracting
アドニスと
revenge.
いう組織はそこにつけ入り、交換殺人というシステムを作り上げた。
The Adonis Syndicate took advantage of them by creating a scheme of substitute
自
murders.
分が手を汚さず殺せてしまうことが、本来ならば実行に至らなかったはずの
Being
復讐
able,
の引き金を
my
引いた。
apologies. Being able to kill without dirtying your own hands allowed them to pull the trigger and take revenge, where normally that would not have happened.
そして代償として自分が手を下す相手は名も顔も知らないような他人。
As a price for that, they were to murder someone that had no connection. They
良
had
心
no
の呵
connection
責とい
to.
うブレーキは弱く、逆に復讐相手をすでに殺してもらったという事実がアクセルを踏む。
The brakes for the conscious was weakened, and because they had already gotten their vengeance, they stepped on the
理
gas.
性の枷となる部分を人に肩代わりさせる。こうして成り立っているのがアドニスの交換殺人です。
They went on a moral autopilot and allowed Adonis to steer them, letting them direct them to commit these substitute murders. When I heard it all detailed, it made me realize how horrifying the system was. Sasazuka looked at the faces of the investigators and
今
sighed
お伝え
slowly.
した通り、交換殺人は自分で手を下さなかったからこそ、一見罪の意識が薄くなる仕組みです。
As I just described, substitute murders at first glance seem that they've reduced your senses of guilt, since you bear the target with no
だけど
ill
時間
will.
が経ち、事実が染み渡るにつれて、それを後悔し始める実行犯もいる。
As the time passes, the full weight of what they're... Yeah, that's a sentence. That's a real sentence. I could read it if I tried hard enough. But as time passes, the full weight of what they've done drags them down into regret.
この資料の元となった
Little
デー
glare.
タの提供者、セラ・アキトもその一人です。
Akito Sarah, who provided this data to us, is one of those regretful perpetrators.
セラ・アキトといえば、現在指名手配をされている少年だったな。
Akito Sarah is the missing boy who's on the wanted
Hi.
list.
俺に接触してきた彼は、独自にアドニス内部の情報を集め、第三者の手で断罪されることを望みました。
Yes, he made contact with me and wished for a third party to judge him after he gathered up Adonis's internal
お
information.
そらく、個々の事件を罪に問うだけでは不足。このシステム自体を叩き壊さないと意味はないと考えたのでしょう。
Bringing each individual to justice is not enough. He felt that the entire system needed to be destroyed, or this would be
信憑性を
meaningless.
疑う方もいるでしょうが、直接言葉を交わした自分は、その意志を信じたい。
Some may doubt the validity of this, but I spoke to him directly and I want to believe him. Sasazuka started explaining the data that he had deciphered. I followed along with a copy of the data I had been provided. According to this intel, Adonis has their main hideout near the east exit of Shinjuku. There was an abandoned construction site there that housed the entrance to their
組
hideout.
織構成員の規模は
What is the size of their
不明
organization?
ですが本部であれば、武装した構成員の数も少なくはないと思われます。
Unknown, but there should be a significant number of armed members at their
捜
headquarters.
査員の危険が予想されるのであれば、 体制を整えてから突入するべきではないか？
If you expected danger, shouldn't you assess the situation further before breaching them?
いいえ、ことは一刻を争います。
Time is of the essence right now, especially because Sasazuka looked around and said this with a fearless smile.
警察内、よりはっきり言えば、おそらくこの中にアドニスとつながっている者がいるからです。
He's grinning, he's beautiful. There's most likely someone tied to Adonis amongst the police, or more precisely, someone here. His direct statement caused murmurs to ripple through the
各
crowd.
所からよりすぐったこの捜査本部に内通者がいると？
There's a mole in Investigation HQ, even though we handpicked each member.
そうでなければここまで奴らの尻尾がつかめなかったのはおかしい。
Yes, the fact that we've been unable to catch them wouldn't make sense otherwise.
ごく一部ですが内部データにも内通者の名前が載せてありました。察したのか、もう逃げたようですが。
Although it was only a partial list, the data included list of names of accomplices, but it seems like they've already fled. Sasazuka looked at some empty seats and returned his gaze to the
自
police
分からは
chief.
以上です。アドニスを潰そうと思うなら、おそらくこの機会を置いて他にありません。
That's all I have to say. If we want to crush Adonis, then we have to move
こうして
now.
いる間にもアドニスの連中は逃亡準備を図っているはずですから。
As we speak, the members of Adonis are plotting their escape. Sasazuka returned to his seat, and the shocked gazes turned to Police Chief Takeru. The police chief folded his arms with a frown and thought deeply.
総監、
ああ、
Chief.
分かっている。今が責任を果たす時ということだろう。
I know it's time for me to fill my
各
duty.
捜査員に次ぐ我々はこれよりアドニス本部への強制捜査を行う。
Attention, all hands. We will now conduct a compulsory and comprehensive criminal investigation of the Adonis
敵の
headquarters.
激しい抵抗が予想される。捜査員一同、所轄機動隊と連携し、心してかかれ。
Enemy's resistance is expected to be fierce. You're going to be working with each other in field ops for this. Yes, sir. The investigators saluted, oh man, and began to leave the room.
所轄は交通課、地域課を中心に協力を要請して周辺を封鎖してください。
All departments cooperate with the traffic division and the local office and blockade the areas. Minagishi gave out detailed orders while Sasazuka walked up to the chief who was wiping his forehead.
高枝警視総監、以前のお約束についてもう一度お話しさせて
Police
い
Chief
ただけます
Takede, I would like to talk to you once more regarding that
銃
promise.
刀法の件かね。
The Swords and Firearms Control Law.
アドニスの本部を摘発するための情報はこうして手に入れ
Yes,
ました。
I've obtained the information that exposes Adonis's
多少の
headquarters.
取りこぼしがあったとしても、これで事実上 X レイ事件は解決に導かれるはずです。
Although there may be some slip-ups, this will likely lead to the X-Day incidence's cases being closed. The police chief squinted his eyes at Sasazuka's defiant
本部の前に
attitude.
一つ聞かせてくれ。何がここまで君を動かしたのだ。
Before I answer you, tell me what moved you to do this.
自分自身は銃社会の恐ろしさを知っているからです。
Huh? Okay, cool. I lost my mouse for a second. I was like, is it on my screen? It does that sometimes. All right. Because I lived in a society where guns were commonplace. I know how terrifying it
自
is.
分はアメリカに在住してい
It's
た
fair.
際、母を銃撃事件で失いました。
I lived in America. I lost my mother to gun
だからこそ
violence.、
たとえ平和ボケと諸外国に言われようと、
There may be some people who say that I'm just naive.
一般人に銃を持たせることなく成り立つ、この国のことを誇りに思っています。
But having a functioning society without citizens carrying guns is part of Japan's pride.
そして
I
もう
see.
一つは、
Oh, there's one more thing. Sasazuka suddenly stopped talking and looked over at
泣かせ
me.
たくない奴がいたからです。
I also didn't want to see someone cry. Police Chief Takede wouldn't know what he meant, but I jumped at the statement. The police chief thought about it for a second and then
わかった
smiled. All right.
私の一存でどうこうできる問題ではないが、約束だ。
It's
政府
not-
その他関係各所に働きかけよう。
It's not something I can decide on my own, but it's a promise. I'll find a way to get it done. Really?
もともと銃刀法の解除については 警察内でも意見が分かれていたのだ。
The police had been divided on the repeal of the sword and firearms control law to begin
犯
with.
罪への対抗手段として銃を規制するのではなく銃を配るなど警察を侮辱しているも同然。
Distributing firearms instead of restricting them as a means to fight crime is an insult to the police
政府から
force.
の不自然な圧力がなければ皆この状況を良しとはしなかっただろう。
Without being pressured by the government, we would have never agreed to it.
信じてる。
So can I
よろ
trust
しい
you?
ですか？
世間で弱腰と叩かれようと私も警察官の一人には違いない。
Society might see me as weak, but I'm still a police
己
officer.
の正義にかけて君との約束を実現させるために動くとしよう。
I'll uphold justice and work towards fulfilling my promise to you. I bowed to the chief as he walked away, and I felt genuinely relieved. The collar that held my life hostage was gone. Adonis's hideout had been discovered, and Police Chief Takede also promised to help repel the swords and firearms control law. Things were going well, and I almost thought I was dreaming. Now,
おい、ボケっとしてんな。まだ
Hey,
全部終わったわけじゃ。
snap out of it. This isn't
これ
finished
からこ
yet.
っちは首輪を含めて、諸々の解析作業があるんだからな。
We still have a lot of analysis to do, including work on the collar. Help me. Yes, what should I do first?
コーヒーとドーナツ。砂糖とミルクはマシマシでな。
Coffee and donuts, extra sugar and milk. Yes! No questions. No questions. You got it, bro. 2 days after the assault on Adonis's headquarters, the Metropolitan Office dispatched their entire force and arrested many of the Adonis members. But as the police feared, all the members they found had their memories erased, just like Manabu Soda. The executive level members had already fled and they'd wiped the data from the hideout. Fortunately, they weren't able to completely erase everything. Because of the quick strike against the hideout, some evidence had been left behind. Sasazuka's cyber crimes team and many other investigators had been poring over the data night and day. Amidst that, Akito was taken into custody during the raids, and like the others, he was found in a state where he had had his memory erased. Not only was the memory of Adonis gone, but he barely even remembered Kazuki. This historical sting of crimes in Japan seemed to have finally come to a conclusion. However, the police still had far more work left to do. Shinjuku was now moving to lift the quarantine. They'd collected all the distributed firearms. Shinjuku citizens had been told the reason, and the police are assisting those still in fear. I can do it. I can read words. A cop's job is never ending, and the people who were involved still suffered scars. Everything is not back to normal yet. I'll do what I can. What I do will not change from now on. What's interesting is this is not that long so far. December 21st, 2:36 p.m. Excuse me.
お、星野じゃん。どうした？お前まだ勤務中じゃないのか？
Hey, it's Hoshino. What's up? Aren't you on duty right now? Yeah, I came to pick up some material because Sasazuka asked me to.
そうか。お前も大変だな。
I see. You've got a lot of work to do. Not at all. Sasazuka is much busier than I am. He said that he needs to dig through the data, so he's working without rest. I really wish he would just take a break. I remembered that we had a small argument about the subject this morning, and I made a sour expression after recalling that. I'm really worried about him, but he refuses to listen to me. Well, not that that's any different than usual. I wish he would depend on me a little more. I complain, but Yanagi and Enomoto just look at each other and simultaneously erupt into hysterical laughter. What is it? Nothing.
だってお前、ワカメの母ちゃんみたいな顔してたからさ。
You sound like your seaweed's head's mother or something. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's not
母
true.
親というよりは嫁の顔だったぞ。
Not like his mom. You sound like his wife. You too, Yanagi?
まあそう怒るな。お前たちの活躍のおかげでもうじき
Come on, don't be mad. It's thanks to you that Shinjuku has almost returned to
大したこ
normal.
とをしてやれなかったのが悔しいが感謝してる。
I'm embarrassed by how little I was able to do, but I am thankful. Don't worry, Yanagi, next time. Yanagi?
終わりよければすべてよし。 ワカメのおかげだと思うと尺だから、星野のおかげだと思っとくぜ。
All is well that ends well. I hate to admit it's thanks to Seaweed Head, but I'll assume that it's thanks to you, Hoshino. Alright, I'll tell Sasazuka that.
いや、伝えなくていい。そこは流しといてくれ。
Please, don't. Just keep that under wraps, okay? I laughed at Enomoto as he grows pale, and Yanagi turns back to me with a new resolve.
俺たちは警察官じゃない。今後は捜査にも関わることはないだろう。
Hoshino, we are not police officers. We will not be involved in any further investigations.
それでも、もし何か
Man, your
困ったことがあれば
eyes are so purple right now. Even so, if you ever need outside assistance, just give us a call. We'll do everything we can to help you. Thanks, Yanagi.
ちょっとの間とはいえ、仲間だったんだし。
Yeah, it only lasted a short while, but we're friends.
また気軽に遊びに来いよ。なんならデートくらいしてやっても。
Yeah, sure we can. I don't ever want to go on a date with you again, Enomoto. It was too much for me. Just come and visit whenever you want. We can go on a date too. I'm trying to check when something closes. Ah, gross 9. Huh?
榎本、笹塚に殺されたくなかったら、その口は閉じておけ。
Enomoto, shut your mouth unless you really want Sasazuka to kill you. Got it. We talk like we're friends. I can barely even imagine the way we were when we first met. I'm happy that we can laugh like this. It's a bond that we created from the collar. It may sound terribly out of context, but I'm actually glad I met them due to the collar. All's well that ends well. Enomoto is right about that. I expressed thanks to my wonderful friends and left the office to deliver the materials that Sasazuka asked for. Seems weird. It seems like this is ending too quickly. December 22nd, 10:16 a.m. Hello, Mochida. I have the materials.
お、ご苦労さん。で、丸棒はなんて言ってた？
Hey there. So what did the organized crime division say? Mob. Organized crime division. Mod. In this context, the mob refers to an organized crime syndicate. There are police officers and entire departments that are dedicated to fighting these criminal syndicates. Just as we suspected, there's evidence that the guns are being sold on the black market.
よし、現場に向かうぞ。念のため、
Alright, I'm gonna text my sister. I knew it. All right, let's head to the scene. Just in case, don't forget to carry your firearm. You got it. I'm a police officer. Adonis was crushed thanks to the raid the other day, but all departments had lots of cleanup work. SRCPO's task didn't change at all. Mochida and I were placed in charge of collecting the firearms distributed to citizens. We'd planned for a quick and painless collection process, but there were people reluctant to give their guns up, or the guns were being sold. Our primary task was now trying to hunt down all these missing firearms. Imagine that if you sold the firearm you were given by the police to protect yourself during a time of crisis, you would go to jail. I just think that seems logical. But who am I to say? Like, hey, you want to leave Shinjuku? Great, give me the gun. Well, until all the firearms are collected, the quarantine won't be lifted. We'll have to work hard so that we can bring Shinjuku back to normal. Yes. It may be hard work, but we weren't the only busy people. The police and government were working to get Shinjuku quarantine lifted. Sasazuka seemed to be really busy with a lot of analysis work still. I don't know why I keep trying to say I keep saying it wrong. It's what I do. I got a gift. Sasazuka, is there anything I can help with? Nothing. You do your own work. That's all you need to do. Just as Sasazuka said, I just have to focus on what I can do. I'm ready, Mochida. Let's go. I got myself fired up and I started running after Mochida because he left me. That day in the afternoon, I returned to the station for my lunch break as I was walking down the hall. Hoshino, you're under arrest. Hands grabbed my arms from both sides and quickly stopped me in my tracks. Wakai, Shigawara, Sakagorara. Hey, have you eaten lunch yet? Oh, not yet. I was thinking of eating at my desk. Perfect. How about eating with the field op support team? I don't mind, but I only brought one bento today and there's no meat inside. It's fine. It's too bad I don't get a piece of your cooking, but Mukai and I brought our own lunches. Besides, you're only the side dish today. I started to back away from these two bloodthirsty birds of prey. You're not getting away. We've got lots we want to ask. The elated Mukai had held my left hand. Sakagorada's eyes squinted, had my right hand. They held me from both sides and started to drag me away. Wait! Because of my line of work, I knew that this is textbook. What this is. The textbooks mention this. This is how they transport criminals. Am I a criminal now? I'm getting escorted, or rather hauled away to a room in field operations. We traded side dishes from our lunches, as we always do, so we had a big family-style lunch set up. It's been a while since us three girls had a nice little chat. But if we get too noisy, Shirashi's going to get upset. The director isn't around. He's taking an extended vacation. Extended vacation? Really? Now of all times? Yes, the incident is solved and I'm tired. Mukai should be able to deal with the rest. That's what the note he's left. He's annoying when he's around, but it's also annoying when he's not too. That demeaning letter being in a cute cat-themed envelope only made it even more infuriating. That's typical Shirashi. Mukai poked at the stewed sweet potatoes on my bento box in her rage. I started eating my salmon roll bowl and noticed Shigawara grinning with chopsticks in her mouth. Setting that aside, Hoshino, you should know why you are here. Why? I haven't the slightest clue. We can't have meat, but you're still talking. I was gonna get you to talk over drinks, but we haven't had time recently. How's it going with Sasazuka recently? Out with it. Nothing much recently. There's nothing going on between us. I heard you went to Sasazuka's place. Huh? And you stayed the night. Where'd you hear that? Oh, so it's true. Mukai smiled broadly as I realized that I'd been trapped. Oh no. She may be polite to me, but she was still a member of the crime lab. And even though she hated to admit it, she was a subordinate of Shirashi. I should have known I'd need to be more cautious around her. Even I didn't think you'd gotten that close. No, it's all a misunderstanding. There wasn't anything special about it. Really? A man and a woman alone at his place and he didn't force himself on you? Why don't you think about it and tell me again how it was nothing special? Well... You want me to recreate it?
別にしてやっても
I
いい
don't mind.
うわお
What?
かな
You idiot.
お前は俺のパートナー
That's
この
right,
俺
they
がついて
kissed. Remember that time you kissed? I remember that time you kissed. The sense of embarrassment climbed from my heart to my cheeks. My hands touched my lips subconsciously, and the two of them pounced on it immediately.
向井さん。
Did you see that, Mukai?
完全に恋する乙女の目をしていましたね。
Oh, I most certainly did. She has the look of a maiden in love.
ほら、星野。抵抗しても仕方ないよ。全部自白して。
Come on, Hoshino. Resistance is futile. Cough it up and make it easier on yourself. Sakagawara tapped me on the shoulder, making me feel like I was under interrogation. Well, my shoulders shook as I gave up trying to resist and opened my mouth. What did you say?
キスされたの
Kiss? He kissed you.
あらあら、まあまあ。
Oh, my. No, but, it was to comfort me. More to comfort me than an actual kiss. Overseas, that's just how you greet each other, I hear. From who?
ああ、もうじれったいんだよ。
Get out of
笹
here.
塚がどう思ってるかはこの際。あんたの方はどうなの笹塚のこと、なんとも思ってないわけ
I don't care what Sasazuka thinks about it. I want to know how you felt. You don't have any feelings for Sasazuka? There's a part of me that does, but I just can't go for it yet. After being pointed at and needled, I hesitantly continued.
星野さん、おせっかいかもしれませんが、年上として一つだけ助言させてください。
Hoshino, this may just be me being nosy, but as your superior, let me give you a bit of advice.
今の関係がいくら心地よくとも、それは決して永遠に続くものではありませんのよ。
Even if you're comfortable with your relationship now, it can't go on like this way forever.
まあ、そうだね。今はいいかもしれないけど、そう遠くないうちに捜査本部は解散するからさ。
That's true. You might be okay now, but Investigation HQ will be disbanded
そうな
soon.
ったら再犯の笹塚は本庁に戻るし、職場も別れて会う機会も減るでしょ。
Sasaka will return to the Metropolitan Office, and you won't be able to see him as
その
much.
時あんたはどうすんのか、よく考えておいた方がいいよ。
What are you gonna do then? We need to prepare for what's happening. I.
まあ、私のおすすめとしては、今のうちに既成事実作っとくことだね。
Well, I personally recommend you get in bed with him, and then it's checkmate.
ええ、幸いなことにもうすぐクリスマスです。決めるならここしかありませんわ。
Lucky for you, it's almost Christmas. Now's the time to be bold. Wait, I'm not ready for that
いい
yet.
言葉を教えてやる星野。女は度胸だ。
Let me tell you a piece of good advice, Hoshino. A woman has to have
と
guts.
いうことで、健闘をお祈りします。切符を待っていますからね。
Anyways, I wish you luck. You better have good news for us. Oh my god. I'll consider it, when your friend dates for the entire group. Before I realized it, we were done eating lunch and we were cleaning up. I parted ways with them as they pumped their fist out of encouragement. Please be careful. December 22nd, 7:48 p.m. Where's Seiki? Where's my boy? I managed to finish my work with no issues. I got changed and prepared to go home. I walked over to Investigations HQ with an uncertain gait. I'm not going to just because Sakagorara probed me into doing it. Sasaka usually just eats cup ramen, so I'm just going over there to make sure that he's eating properly. I reached Investigation HQ and stood outside with my hands over my chest. I steeled myself and opened the
何や
door.
ってんだお前
What are you doing here? Sasaka! Are you eating right?
飯なら今食ってきた帰りつうかなんで突然心配しだしてんだお前は俺の母親か
I just came back from lunch, and why are you so worried? What are you, my mother? Mother.
だってお前母親という
It's not like that at all.
まあいいそれよりお前24日の夜空いてるか
Whatever. Are you free the night of the 24th?
はずね返事はイエスかイエスで答えろって教えただろ
Don't give me that. Answer me. Your choices are yes or yes.
前に峯岸さんに連れてかれた料亭あそこの予約取れたから 飯食い。
Parquet, why? You know that place Minagishi took us before? I got a reservation, so let's go there. Why go there all of a
そん
sudden?
なの決まってんだろ。打ち上げだ。
You already know why. To celebrate.
事件も落ち着いたし、お前もまあよくやったし。その褒美だ褒美。喜べ。
The incidents have calmed down and you did well too. It's a reward. Now be happy about it. Are you sure?
悪かったら誘ってねえよ。それで、空いてんのか空いてねえのか。
I wouldn't invite you if it wasn't, so are you free or not? I am. I'll make time for it if I'd make time even if I wasn't.
どんだけ食い意地張ってんだよ。
You're so greedy when it comes to food. Look in a mirror. Sasazuka laughed a little and opened the door to
じゃあ
Investigation
さっき
HQ.
な。忘れんなよ。
The day after tomorrow. Don't forget. Yes. Sasazuka disappeared into the room, and I tried to steady my rapidly beating heart. The 24th is Christmas Eve, but Sasazuka said it was in celebration. I better not jump to any conclusions. But if part of me is hopeful, you should get a gift anyways. What should I do? I can't stay calm. I smiled, forced myself to stifle it. Then I smiled again out of reflex. It must have been annoying to look at my face on the way home. Who's looking at your face? 7:35 a.m., December 24th. Hey, Kazuki, you feeling all right? All right, bye. On Christmas Eve, I woke up earlier than usual to prepare breakfast for Kazuki as well as our lunches. What should I do? Maybe this is too flashy, but I shouldn't be too plain. If I look like I'm too into it, I might end up getting laughed at. Say, Kazuki, which one do you think is
ど
better?
っちも変わんね
I can't tell the difference.
え。
Aw.
さっぱらからバタバタうるせえんだよ。何か特別なことでもあんの？
It's way too early for you to be this loud. Is it a special occasion or something? I didn't know what to say. I opened my mouth to try and sidestep things, but I ended up just telling the truth. Kazuki, I might come home late tonight because I'll be eating
門限
dinner
は
out.
11時な。
Your curfew is 11.
妙に色気づきやがって。イブだからって浮かれてんじゃねえぞ。
You're so full of yourself. Don't go overboard just because it's
泊まり
Christmas
とか
Eve.
絶対認めねえから。笹塚にもそう言っとけ。
You're not spending the night outside. You better make sure Sasazuka knows that. Okay. Apparently, he saw right through me.
あと俺も晩飯いらねえか
And I don't need you to make me dinner.
ら。あれだよ
Why?
岡崎のバカからの誘い。
I'm eating with that idiot Okazaki.
なんかの事務所でパーティーするとかで、俺も誘われたから行っ
They're having a party at the office and he invited me. Oh, they're friends now. The office, could it be? Kazuki did seem to be getting along with Okazaki since he begrudgingly accepted his invitation. I laughed a little while watching Kazuki get ready as I prepared for work too. How cute! They're BFFs now. Some people were cheery because it was Christmas Eve, but our work was busier than usual. We intervened in some drunken fights. We reprimanded a student that climbed the Christmas tree in front of the station. While we attended to situations like these, it became night much quicker than I realized. It was now time for me to meet Sasazuka. December 24th, 7:35. I feel like this one is the most normal third act. Thank you for waiting. I changed my clothes and redid my makeup and lost track of time. I arrived at the restaurant. We had arranged to meet up 5 minutes late. This is the police station. Just to be clear, you guys are like, welcome to the restaurant. This is the police station. It's the same thing they showed last time, so I guess that's fair, but it is not a restaurant. Sasazuka was there, obviously not pleased that he had to wait for me.
遅い。5分前行動は基本って言ったろ。
You're late. You should be 5 minutes early. Sorry.
たく、何をそんなに時間かかって。
Jeez, what were you wasting your time on? He looked at me and squinted before quickly whirling around.
まあいい。ほら、行くぞ。
Whatever, let's go. Sure. I'd gotten a bit more dressed up than I usually would be, but it didn't seem to have any effect on him. My girlish charms have done nothing. It's just a celebration after all. I shouldn't expect too much. I followed after Sasazuka, who was just being his usual self, and heaved a little sigh. Fair. I heard a Shishi Odashi in the distance and this immaculately cleaned room. I thought this when I came here last time, but now I'm certain that I really didn't belong here. However, since this was my second time here, I was at least slightly less uncomfortable. It's delicious. Take a look at the soup bowl with milt. Did you try it? It's so plump looking.
見てる。食ってる。
I saw. I ate. This is a red snapper sashimi and Japanese lobster. It almost feels like a waste to eat
なら
it.
代わりに食ってやろうか。
They want me to eat it for you? No, I'll eat it. I enjoyed the kaseki banquet as Sasazuka just smiled and watched
まあ
over
好き
me.
なだけ堪能しろ。褒美だからな。
Enjoy yourself. It's a reward after all. Don't mind if I do. The last time I was here, I wasn't able to enjoy the meal because of the situation.
ああ。よく考えりゃ、峯岸さんと来てから。
あ。
10日しか経ってねえのか。
Now that I think about it, it's only been 10 days since I came here with Minagishi. If you want to look at it that way, we only met about 2 weeks ago. After that, Sasazuka and I became partners and we started pursuing the X-Day incident. And now we're having dinner together on Christmas Eve. If I told my past self this would happen, I'd probably think future me was insane. Remember when he strangled you the first day you met him? Anyways, when I first met Sasazuka, if I had been perfectly honest, he was the scariest of all the people at the detective office. He was the first one that made me stare down reality when I was bound by the poisonous collar. Since he was a complete pragmatist at first, he only saw me as a clue. But that was why I was so happy when Sasazuka finally changed his views about me and acknowledged me as his partner. And I hate this one. That's my least favorite photo. And of everything that was said to me during the investigation, it was his words of comfort that struck my heart strongest, stronger than anything else. And because it was Sasazuka, I...
何ニヤニヤしてんだ。タイの刺身そんなうまかったか。
What are you smiling about? Was the sashimi that good? It's true that it's good, but I was just thinking back on everything that's happened. There is still a lot of cleanup to do, but I'm just glad it's mostly over.
Ah.
Yeah, Sasazuka looked out the window and a shadow fell over his face. He didn't seem to feel that the incidents were over, as he didn't mirror my feelings. Sasazuka? Do you regret it? Turning down Adonis's recruitment, that is?
少しはな。
A little.
でも、結果として俺はアドニスの手を払った。
But for the bigger picture, I cast them
そして
aside.
今お前とここにいる。それが全てだろう。
And you and I are here right now. That's all there is to it. Yes. The next dish that was brought over to the table was a stewed fugu dish. It was something I usually didn't get to eat, but something was on my mind. I had my collar taken off and Sasazuka helped me with so much more. But what happened? What about me? What have I done? Have I helped Sasazuka at all? I suddenly regretted eating this reward meal that was supposedly for me.
どうした?
What's wrong? Nothing. I think this inescapable feeling was what's holding me back. It's why I couldn't take another step forward. I'm useless. I feel it. Thank you for the food today.
たまには餌もやらねえとな。
Well, I have to feed you from time to time. There you go again, treating me like a pet. Because it was Christmas Eve, there were couples everywhere. A part of me envied them, but a bigger part of my psyche just decided to give up. I'm not good enough right now. What was such a sudden change in tone? It was like, do, 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 and then it went really sad. I'm just leaning on him. This isn't a relationship I can push forward. When I realized that, I had stopped walking. The distance between Sasazuka and I gradually widened.
どうした?
What's wrong? Sasazuka noticed that I had stopped walking and turned around. I couldn't bring myself to smile properly.
なんでそんな顔してんだよ。今日は別にいじめてねえだろ。
What's with that look? I didn't bully you at all today. I'm sorry, it's just I feel so pitiful. I'm your partner, Sasazuka, but I'm not that useful. You gave me this reward, but I don't think I had any right to it. What are you, stupid? I'm sorry.
そうじゃねえよ。何勘違いしてんだ。
That's not it. You're misunderstanding. I am?
俺に最後の一歩を踏みとどまらせたのはお前だ。
You're the reason I was able to hold back Lee Hoshino.
アドニスの手を取りたいって考えるたび、お前の泣きそうな顔が頭に浮かんだ。
Every time I thought about joining Adonis, I was reminded of your face about to
俺がい
cry.
なくなったら泣くだろうって。そう思ったら不思議と冷静になった。
When I thought that you'd cry when I went away, for some reason that calmed me
うま
down.
く言えないけど、要するに
So angry about it. I don't know how to explain it anyway.
お前を泣かせたくなかった。それが俺がアドニスを退けた理由なんだ
I
よ。
didn't want to make you cry. That's the reason why I pushed Adonis away. My heart beat
こんな
faster.
こと他の誰にもできねえだろ。パートナーだからとか、それ以前に
No one
お
else
前
can
の
do
存
that.
在が俺の重しになったんだ。
It's not just about being partners. Your existence has become that important to me. Sasazuka took my hand while
俺
saying
を引
that.
き戻したのはこの手だ。それだけで十分価値はある。
It's this hand that pulled me back. That by itself is very valuable to me.
そういう
Sasazuka.
ことちゃんと覚えとけ。
Oh,
以上。
so angry. Remember that, all right? That's all. He tried to hide his bashful expression by turning away from me while drawing my hand. His warm hand acknowledged me. It made me feel vulnerable. What should I do? This isn't fair. If he says that to me, the heat built up in my cheeks. The emotion and words that were bottled up inside couldn't be contained any longer. Do I get to choose or does she just pick it herself? Oh, it's so cute. Lee, I love you. I love you, Sasazuka.
お前
You. Aw, you're more to me than an investigation partner. I always want to be by your side. Compared to you, I'm not that smart and I'm not that good with words. I know full well that I'm still not good enough to stand alongside you right now. But I'll work hard until I am. I'll do anything for you, Sasazuka. Just like I did when you tested me that time before, I'll work hard until you acknowledge me. So please, give me a chance to not just be your partner, but your lover as well. I can't handle those words. I know this was pitiful for me to say. I had tears in my eyes as I clung onto him. I pleaded to him about wanting to be together. If he decided to call me a pet at this moment, I really had no comeback for that. As expected, Sasazuka responded with a powerless sigh.
お前バカだろ。恋人チャンス何言い出すのかと思えば。
What are you, stupid? Lovers? A chance? I was wondering what you were going to say.
お前はとっくに俺のだ。
Aww. You're already mine, stupid.
それぐらいちゃんと察しろ。言わなきゃわかんねえ。
No,
マジや
actually, you should explain it the first time. I think that's your problem. Can't you see it? Do I have to explain everything to you? Sasazuka, you never even hinted at it
バカ
once.
猫。好きでもねえ女。イブの夜に誘うわけねえだろ。
You're stupid cat. I wouldn't ask a girl out I don't like on
俺
Christmas
はとっ
Eve.
くに恋人だと思ってた。これじゃ逆に俺の片思いじゃねえか。バカ。
I already thought we were lovers, stupid. Now it's like I was in a one-way relationship. Stop calling me stupid. If that's so important to you, why didn't you make sure I knew by telling me
うる
something?
せえ。バカをバカって言って何が悪いんだよ。この鈍感バカ。
Oh my god, shut up. What's wrong with calling someone? Here's in the real world, I hate the word shut up. I really don't like it. I don't think it's nice. I don't think it's nice. And so I don't use it. So anytime I see it, I'm just like, it seems so aggressive. Shut up. What's wrong with calling someone stupid? Stupid? You're too dense, stupid. Even though his words may have been harsh, Sasuke's tone was so gentle. Soon, silence came between us. With a shaky voice, I said this. You can call me a stupid or dense person. It's my fault for not noticing, but please say it. Aww.
好きだ。ずっとそばに置いてやる。
I love you. You will be by my
だから
side.
とりあえずこの腕離せ。 キスしてやらないだろう。
Cute. Let go of my arm for a second. I can't kiss you like this. Dun dun dun. The kiss today was sweeter than our last. I felt our hearts connecting with this deep kiss, but that wasn't enough for me. I think it's fine. I think you did enough. I apologized to Kazuki in my mind, but I knew I wouldn't be making that curfew tonight. We would whisper love in each other's ears until the morning sun shone on our skin. This day, this night, there will. I love you.
何度言わせるんだよ。たく。
Don't make me say that, jeez. It was the happiest Christmas of my life. Duh. When does the other shoe drop? December 25th, 23 p.m. What the heck? If it was doing military time, it'd be one thing, but it does say like 3 p.m., so I don't know what the heck it's talking about. You seem really energetically. Hi, Mochida! It's lunchtime, so I'm going on my break. The moment lunchtime arrived, I ran out of the hallway without even waiting for a response. The day after Christmas Eve, I was walking happily down the hallway to meet Sasazuka since we promised to have lunch. What is this feeling? I feel like I'm walking on clouds. We came to work from the same home, and we said goodbye after promising to have lunch. Those simple things brought me so much happiness for some reason. Now is not the time to be in a daze. He'll sulk if I make him wait, so I better hurry. Hoshino? Oh, Sakagawa.
随分と上機嫌だね。で、昨日のイブはどうだったの?
You seem to be in high spirits. How was the night of Christmas Eve? Huh?
私たちのアドバイス通りうまくいった?教えてくれないとか言わないよね。
Did our advice worse? Don't tell me that you weren't talking now. We're buddies, aren't we? Shigawara wrapped her arms around my neck. I didn't know how to answer her. How much could I tell her? While I was still worrying about that, we came to an open space.
こっち来い。
Come here. Huh? I'm grabbed by my arm and I'm forcibly separated from Sakagawara. Sasuka?
お、笹塚。ちょうどいいとこに。今さ、星野。
Hey, Sasuka, you came at the right time. I was just talking to Hoshino
こいつは
about...
俺の邪魔すんな。
She's mine, don't get in the way.
え?
Huh? That's right.
からかうのもいじるのも俺の特権。
Only I get to tease her. See you later. Sasuka walked away holding my arm while he ignored the dumbfounded Shigawara. Listen.
おい、さっさと行くぞ。
Come on, let's go. Oh, yeah, wait for me. Just saying, like, whoa. Are you at the restaurant again? Or are you at work? LOL. We walked through the hall and then down the stairs as Sasuka moved with stomping footsteps because he's a big baby. Seen from behind, he must look like he's in a pretty foul mood. Even after we left the station, he was still acting the same way. When we stopped at the red light, I cautiously tried to get him to talk. Did I do something?
さっき桜川と話してた時、どうして口ごもった？
When you were talking to Sakagawara, why did you hesitate? Huh?
はっ
Because
きり言えばよかっただろう。お前は俺のだって。
should have just told her that you belong to me.
それともお前、もしかして、俺とのこと隠そうとでも思ってんのか？
Or what? Do you want to hide what's going on between us? That's not true. I just felt embarrassed on the spot. Saying that I have a lover is a bit embarrassing. I'm sure Sasuka wouldn't understand the way that a girl thinks. He started mumbling something without listening to me.
桜川はまだ女だからいいとしても。
Sakagawara is a woman, so that's
新宿
fine.
にいるうちに、しっかりマーキングしとかなきゃな。危なっかしくて仕方ねえ。
Okay, first off, calm down. That's aggressive. I better be sure to mark my territory while we're still in Shinjuku. I can't even let her out of my sight. What are you talking about? Right as I said that, his soft lips pressed. themselves against mine, and my words were stuffed back into my mouth. Hang on. That song is playing now. I gotta turn the background music off. Nope, not that one. This one. Can't listen to that. It yells at me. Ooh, I don't know if I needed to hear that. Sasazuka. He mouthed my lower lips as if to tell me to shut up, and that caused my shaking to stop. The roughness of his kiss felt like he was channeling his annoyance into his lips in order to brand himself onto mine. I don't think that's how that works. It was more like an act of stealing my lips rather than it was stealing a kiss. I sensed the feeling of my body growing weak, like he had stolen my heart.
お前は俺のだ。
Listen to me, you're mine. Yes, he whispered that between my lips, and I timidly responded.
誰にでも尻尾振るなよ。たとえ餌で釣られてもだ。
Don't wag your tail for anyone else, even if they feed you. Please, I like food too much. You can't tell me that. I would never.
本当だな。
You sure?
Yoshi.
Yes.
No.
No. Good. Sasazuka seemed to be the type of boyfriend that liked to monopolize somebody. That's a good word. His mood suddenly improved as he flashed a grin at
物足り
me.
なさそうだな。もう一回してほしいのか？
You look like you want more. You want seconds? No, I'm fine. We're in the
なら
middle
さっさ
of
と行くぜ。
public.
飯だ飯。お前に餌付けするのも俺の特権なんだからな。
Then let's go eat. It's my special right to feed you. Stop treating me like a pet. This guy is so mean. But I found myself deeply in love with him despite all of his flaws. Jeez, really? The signal turned green and he walked off, so I followed him. I jumped on his back without saying anything and wrapped my arms around his neck.
おい、離せこのバカ。
Hey, let go, stupid. No way, I'm not letting go. I took his arms and started walking. This time, instead of being dragged, I walked alongside him. We held hands like lovers. Ew. Ew. Dun dun da da da. What a pretty boy. All right. And now we get to relive the adventure we've had so far. Got the good ending. Yay! That's a shorter story. I don't think I made any choices in chapter 6, actually, which is weird. I guess I'm going to start opening my cheater's guide so I can get the rest of the endings because I need to get his bad ending as well. He gave me a donut. The city's in peril. He hugged my head in his armpit because I was upset about thinking my brother Kazuki might have been a bad boy. And then did he kiss her right after that one? Was that the one where they kissed on the street? Oh no, they fell asleep in bed together. And he held her like that both times. So suspicious. Let's see. That's when they kiss because she's crying. Clearly, that's the only way to make someone who's crying not cry anymore. Let's see. This is my favorite story. This sounds really sarcastic, but I swear it's my favorite one. Let's see. He was scared for my life once because I shot a gun near him and he thought I might have been the one that got shot. And then I got drunk because he made me drink. Uh-oh. That was weird. Did that happen on all 3 screens? Did that just cut weird? He had a moment where he's very serial. He was very serial for a moment. And then I hugged him and told him I wanted him to be mine. And he's like, "You're an idiot. You are mine." And then he kissed me on the street, which happens all the time, I might add. Let's see. I gotta see all the endings. There's no choices in chapter 6. Yeah, so there's no choices in chapter 6. That's terrible. How do you get... Okay. Let's see. Typically, that is when the song ends. So let's see if we can get the song back up. Cool. The history of the Shinjuku quarantine and the subsequent lifting due to the X-Day incident. Starting with the video on April 1st last year, this string of terrorist attacks by the organization called Adonis occurred in the Shinjuku ward of Tokyo. Like clockwork, heinous murders occurred every month, causing the national government to take extreme actions. Shinjuku quarantine, firearms and sword possession control law, and the repeal of the sword and firearm control law. Seen as a reckless act, the government forced through the quarantine of the Shinjuku ward and its inhabitants and required them to carry a firearm. The countermeasures proved to be almost completely useless as the incidents continued to occur. The string of incidents were brought to a near conclusion in late December, just as the day the Adonis had designated as X-Day drew near. Nearly 1 month later, the police were reclaiming guns from the public. They're working day and night to tie up any loose ends in order to lift the quarantine. Phew, that's about it. I'd been staring at the screen for so long that my joints felt like they'd calcified. I rested my hands from typing and stretched my shoulders with a big sigh. I'll revise it tomorrow morning.
65点
65 points. Sasazuka, how long have you been there?
全体としちゃ悪
Oh
くないけ
god,
ど
I just realized I
ところ
can't
どころ
see.
時間入りすぎ
As a whole, it's not bad, but part of it is really too subjective. This is just a draft. Don't look at it.
はあ人に見せるための文章だろ隠すとか意味わかんね
You're writing that to show others. Why would you try to hide it? As usual, Sasazuka didn't mince words. He just shrugged his shoulders. He then turned back to face me.
しかしその様子じゃそっちも随分と忙しそうだな
Anyways, from the looks at it, I guess you're pretty busy too. So cybercrimes is also pretty
事
busy.
件の後処理が山ほどあるからなお前ら特防ほどじゃねえけど
You have a lot of cleanup to do, not just as much as you guys in special prevention. It was just as Sasazuka said. Even though the X-Day incidents have been finally resolved, our work as police officers hasn't ended. We get reports like there's someone with a gun running around, or reports of traffic accidents that might have been caused by a Adonis. There has been countless reports to the SRCPO, and we have been subsequently dispatched to investigate.
大半はただのクレームだろ無視しちまえばいいのに
Most of them are just complaints, right? You should just ignore them. We can't do that. People in Shinjuku are still worried. The police want to rebuild our reputation. We need to try and do everything we possibly can. After these incidents, we really need to work hard to regain the people's trust. I made a fist to motivate myself, but Sasazuka didn't say anything. He didn't tease or reprimand me. He just looked at me with a little smile.
お前変わったな
You've
最近少し
changed.
警察官らしくなった
You're more like a cop now.
最初に会った時は危機感もねえし状況も読めねえしで警察こその一般人かと思ったけど
When I first met you, you were blind to danger and you couldn't assess situations. I thought you were just a random girl wearing a cop costume. You can compliment me or make fun of me, but stick to one.
じゃあバカにする
Then I'll make fun of you. I'd prefer compliments here.
ああはいはい頑張ったな
Yeah, you did well. Though it's a little late for that, I thought Sasazuka was woefully terrible at giving
そんなことより
compliments.
今日は帰れるんだろならさっさと支度1分以内な
Never mind that. You can go home today, right? Then get ready. You have 1 minute to go. I'll get changed right away, but you're going to have to give me at least 5 minutes. I looked out on the town as dusk settled in, and Sasazuka and I walked back to his home. It makes me so impatient. The incident, is that happening on this screen too? Because that's weird. I don't know if it happened on that screen, but this is the second time it's acted kind of strange. This is technically it's on my TV screen over here, and then it's being brought over here by my Elgato. I don't know. It seems fine now. The incident has been solved, but it will still take time before Shinjuku has completely returned to
まだ
normal.
アドニスのメンバーが全員捕まったわけじゃねえけどな。
Not all the members of Adonis have been apprehended yet, but all the people directly involved with the monthly murders have been apprehended.
けど案の定、事件に関する記憶はきれいに消されてる。
Yes, but all of their memories related to the incidents have been wiped
あ
out.
のソーダ学やセラーキとも含めてな。
Like Manabi Sobu. I did that wrong. Soda. That incident, that includes Akito Sera. Akito Sera. The moment I heard that name, I felt a dull ache in my chest. Akito was found at Adonis's hideout and was taken into custody, and he was currently still in jail. The last time I saw him, was when I accompanied Kazuki to visit him.
ほら、見てくれよ、アキト。これが一色さんと俺とお前で撮ったスタジオの写真。
See? Check this out, Akito. This is a picture of us together with Ishiki at the studio.
で、こっちが12月のライブ前にお前がプレゼントしてくれたピック。
And this is the guitar pick you gave me before the concert in December.
やっぱ思い出せねえか。
You don't remember any of it?
うん。ごめん、星野。
Sorry, Hoshino. Akito, like Manabu Soda, had lost all of their memories after they made contact with Adonis. He and Kazuki had become good friends after Akito had made contact with Adonis, apparently. In the memories Akito still retained, Kazuki was just another classmate of
思い
his.
出せなくてごめん。でも、ある意味良かったと思う。
I'm sorry that I can't remember, but I think that's for the better.
よかった。
What do you mean?
だって星野はギタリストとしてこれから本格的に活動するって聞いた。
Hoshino, I heard you're going to be taking your music career
だから
seriously.
俺たちはお互いのことを忘れた方がいい。
If that's true, it's better that we forget about each other. Akito smiled with a seemingly transparent face. Ironically, the smile was the same one that Kazuki knew better than
一
anyone.
色さんだって冤罪のせいでメジャーデビューが潰れたし。
Ishiki lost his chance at being going professional because of being framed for that
も
crime.
し星野がいつかメジャーに行った時、殺人犯が作った曲を演奏していたなんてマイナスイメージにしかならない。
If you ever go pro, it'll be a huge negative if they see that you played a song that was composed by a murderer.
だから星野、
So Hoshino,
ざっけんな
stop it!
君
Kazuki,
何をしている
what are you doing? Kazuki punched the acrylic divider between us, causing the jailer to intervene. But Kazuki couldn't hold the pent-up words and emotions inside any longer.
俺には才能があるって。俺を後押ししてくれたのはお前だろ。覚えてねえなんて言わせねえ
Okay,
ぞ。
I get it, Kazuki. I understand that you're really upset about this, but he can't help having amnesia. That's unrelated. You can care about that, but like, you can't really blame him for it. You said I had talent. You're the one who encouraged me. Don't tell me you don't remember any of it.
人をここまで引っ張ってきて、あとは任せた。はい、さようなら。ふざけんなよ、アキト。
You dragged me all the way out here, and now you're just going to say it's better to say goodbye? That's a bunch of crap, Akito.
星野。
Hoshino.
なくした記憶なんて、いつか俺が思い出させてやる。
I'll make you remember all the memories that you've
もう
forgotten.
友達じゃないって言うなら、また最初から友達になってやる。
If you're gonna say, sorry, my apologies. If you want to say we're not friends anymore, then we'll just start over and become friends
だから
again.
逃げんな、このバカ。俺はお前の作った曲以外でデビューなんて
So angry.
絶対にしねえからな。
Don't run away, you fool. I'm not going to go pro without the songs that you composed. Our visitations ended right there. I was also reprimanded for it.
バカだろ弟。ま、あいつらしいけど。
Your brother is stupid. Then again, it's just like him. Yes. Really, he's so straightforward and it's blinding.
そうだ。おね。
That was Akito's response to getting Kazuki's message back to then. Akito was a criminal that murdered out of revenge. That couldn't be denied, and he would have to pay for his crimes. But even if he was a criminal, he had a friend who cared deeply for him. That was a very important thing. Wait for me. I'm almost done.
部屋中がカレー癖。
The whole place smells like curry. The owner of the apartment makes this snide remark while lazing about on the sofa, but I just ignore it. I plate up some salad and turn the heat off the stew pot. That should do it. Please clear the table. Making dinner here at Sasazuka's place before heading home has become part of my everyday routine. I looked up and saw a kitchen knife, cutting board, pots, and pans. These cooking utensils were brand new, as if they had been put here just for me. I felt that Sasuka's colorless room now had a touch of my color in it. That makes me happy.
何満足そうにニヤニヤしてんだ。
What are you grinning at, creepy? Hey! Don't you think it's kind of rude for a man to call a woman
鏡
creepy?
見てこい。事実だか
Look in the mirror, you'll see that I'm
ら。それ
right.
よりさっさと盛り付けろ。甘口だろうな。このカレー。
My soul. Thank you. Anyways, plate up the food. The curry better be mild. Even while complaining he carried the plate, Sasuka does seem slightly kinder than before. Maybe. He sat down and put his hands together. Then he silently dug in with a spoon. I watched him quietly with a smile. How does it taste?
言わなくても分かってんだろ。
I don't need to tell you. I won't know unless you tell me. I'm not as perceptive as you are. It's not bad. As he mumbled those half-hearted complimentary words, I knew for sure. I saw his cheeks flush slightly. He probably realized it too because he immediately frowned and then tried to play it off.
頼んでもいねえのに。毎日料理作ってから帰ってくとか。お前は家政婦かメイドか。
Jeez, I didn't ask you, and you keep making food every night before going home. What are you, a maid or something? If you're annoyed by me cooking here, then fix your
じゃ
diet.
あ改善しね
Then I won't. Huh? That
え。
means...
そこは突っ込むな。恥ずかしいだろ。バ
God, you're like a 4-year-old. Don't say it out loud. It's embarrassing, stupid. After we finished eating, we had a conversation about work over a cup of tea. Investigation HQ is getting disbanded.
未曾有の大事件ってことで、特例としてまだ設置されたままだったが。
It was set up as a special division in response to the unprecedented
さすがに
incidents.
後処理も一段落し
My
てた。
sock is coming off.
来週解散することが正式に決定した。
The cleanup work is dying down, so it'll be officially disbanded next week. I see. The incident was solved, so that was expected. Even so, if Investigation XQ disbands, will he return to Metropolitan Office?
まあな。寂しいか。
Probably. You feel lonely? Yes. Very lonely.
そういうとこだけ直球だよな、お前。聞いた俺が恥ずかしいだろ。
You're real direct about this stuff, huh? It makes me feel embarrassed listening to you. But don't you feel lonely? Not at all?
詰め寄ってくんな。普通だ、普通。
Don't get clingy on me. It's just normal. That's not an answer. Does it make you feel lonely or not?
ノーコメント。
No comment. Denied. He throws my coat at me and points over at the door with an annoyed look on his
ほら、
face.
もう帰る時間だろ。送ってってやるから、さっさとしろ。
Come on, it's time to go home. I'll walk with you, so hurry up. Meh, meh. I've been thinking this recently, but this relationship is so one-sided from my
何
end.
言い出してんだ、お前。
What are you talking about? You could at least say that it makes you a little bit lonely.
あのな、寂しいも何も、新宿署から警視庁までは地下鉄で15分だろ。
Even if you're lonely, Shinjuku Police Station's 15 minutes from the
会
Metropolitan
おうと思えば
Office.
いつだって会える距離だ。どうせ仕事中はお互い別々の部署なんだし、新宿だろうが警視庁だろうが変わらねえよ。
If you want to meet, it's real close. We're in different departments anyway, so even if we're in different offices, it doesn't change much. It's a matter of emotion.
ならお前は、距離が離れれば気持ちも離れるとでも言いたいわけ。
Are you telling me that just because we're apart in distance, our emotions will drift apart? That's not what I meant.
最近思うんだけどな。お前好きだって言う割には、俺のことを信用してねえだろ。
This is what I've been thinking recently. You say that you like me, but you really don't trust me at all. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. That's not true.
だったらもっとドンと構えてろ。本部が解散しようが、職場が離れようが、 肝心なのは俺たちの気持ちだ。
Then just stand proud, even if the HQ disbands or we change workplaces. That what matters most is our feelings for each other. Sasazuka, you don't usually say things outright, but you do this from time to time. It's not
お
fair.
前にしか言わねえけど。
I only say these things to you.
はいはい。まだ心配なんだったら自分の手でしっかり。
Yeah, yeah. If you're still worried, then you better hang on tight. He held out his arm to urge me. I realized his intentions and quickly took hold of his arm. Even if we don't work at the same place, Sasazuka, you're still my partner.
念押ししなくても分かってるっての。
You don't need to emphasize that, I know. As always, Sasuka's words were overly blunt and direct. But as if to make up for that, there was emotions in the strength of his arm. Even in the brisk January weather, I felt his warmth. It's January, that's right. It should be like snowing practically. Why are you wearing that? I felt his emotions through that much more strongly than I did mere words. Did I not screenshot this?
だいたい寂しいだのなんだのってのも手っ取り早い解決法はあるだろう。
Besides, you talk about being lonely, but there's a simple solution to that.
あのシスコンさっさと独り立ちさせろ。そしたら大手を振って一緒に住める。
Hurry up and get that spoiled brother of yours to be independent and we can live together. I almost agreed to that, so I stopped. Sorry, Kazuki. I couldn't throw out my brother when my parents entrusted him to me. Besides, I was still worried about whether or not Kazuki could live independently yet. Knowing my internal conundrum, my lover teasingly laughed at
今
me.
はあの弟がギャーギャー騒ぐからこうして家に帰してやってるけど。
I'm letting you go home because that noisy brother of yours will start to
そ
cry.
の時が来たら飼い殺してやるから覚悟しとけよ。
But when the time comes, I'll keep you all to myself. You got that? That sounded like such a sweet threat. That was how my lover expressed his love. Aww. So I answered him with my greatest smile. Yes, I'll be looking forward to
な
it.
んで嬉しそうなんだよ。たく
Why do you look so happy? Jeez.
このバカ猫が。
You stupid cat. Oh man, that's it. Everything's ruined after this. I did it! I unlocked Yanagi! Look at him! He's beautiful! Dun dun dun. Fortuna Yateri est.
人殺し
Murderers. What just happened?
お前さえいなきゃ生きられてた。
If not for you, they'd still be alive.
殺したかったんでしょ
You want to kill them, didn't you? You wanted to kill them.
守るなんて口実だ。自分の欲望を満たすために殺した。
Protecting them was just an excuse. You killed them for your own desires.
なんであんたがのうのうと生きてんの
Why did you get to live such a carefree life? What is happening?
お前は幸せになる資格なんてない。
You have no right to be happy. Oh shit.
人殺し
Murderer.
お前が殺したんだ。
You killed them.
本当は全部自分のためでしょ
It was really all for yourself, wasn't it? My god, Yaniki, you have some trauma? Please, help me. Please. Let me go. Oh my god. What's happening? Please stop. I have to kill. I must kill.
殺してやる。
I'll kill you. My stomach just growled. That was wild. This box contains Yanagi can now be selected. Go to start from the menu. Ooh. All right, let me go check. Yanagi's not a day. Yanagi's not a tonight thing. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I have time. Yanagi is a later thing. Look, there he is. All right, I have the bad ending. That's all I need for pictures. And then, or is it 5, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2? Cool. Yeah, just these 2 pictures. So the bad ending and the special ending picture. Excuse me, I'm going to my ending list. I need to see which ones I'm missing from his. All right, got missing the second ending. That doesn't sound right. Chapter 3, scold Kazuki. Oh, I would never scold him. He can do whatever he wants to me. Oh, interesting. Okay, there's like a bunch of endings I haven't got to him. Okay, I just gotta go scold Yanagi. Not Yanagi, Kazuki. Scold Kazuki. Interesting. It says there's, okay, again. Okay, so I just wish that it would tell you the name. So these have titles, right? Like a dim glimmer. So I'm looking at a list of like how to get bad endings. I just wish it was listed as that instead it's just numbers. So I'm like, is that right? It's like it's no. Oh, getting the bad endings crazy easy. Awesome. Okay. All right, we're gonna load. Maybe this is in chapter 2. Chapter 2. Revenge. Is it chapter 3? When did I fight with my brother? Okay, here we go. I don't want to scold him. I almost don't want this ending. I don't want to scold Kazuki. He's a sad child and I love him. Don't do this to me. Wait, do I have to have our friendship low? Did I mess up? Oh shoot, hang on. It won't work if we're not low. I don't know, maybe. Who knows? Let's scold him anyways. Let's just see. Kazuki, what? Feeling Sasazuka stare on me, I mustered up my courage. Don't talk to him that way. He's my boyfriend. Oh man, we all felt that. I felt that. The place went dead silent in that instant. Then I'm never gonna call him Big Brother. You're looking too far ahead. You shut up. Kazuki's not like that yet. What's that supposed to mean? Does that mean you want this to go that far? Huh? No, I wasn't. Just as I was getting flustered with Kazuki's rage rising to another level. I can't deal with this. Let's go. Still acting like it's new. Aye, okay. Kito, you don't have to go. You just stay there and help your sister out. Or something, sister complex guy. I don't have a sister complex. Yet he. Sasazuka ignored Kazuki's shouting and took him along, and then they both departed from the living room. At that moment, I unfortunately saw Sasazuka's lip mouth the word dumbass, and I felt extremely dumb. Did I mess up? The rest is fine. Okay, we gotta start over. Okay, just kidding. I lied. All right, this is, what chapter is this? Is this chapter 2? Is it chapter 2? No, it's chapter... Oh dear, scold. Okay, it's chapter 3. Am I right about this? Okay, it says it has to have a low. Okay. Main menu. Yes, please. Am I allowed to do chapter select until I get the bad ending? Low? Yes, my stomach is having a field day today. All right. All right. Didn't get all the other bad endings before we get the bad ending. Let's see. Low. I'm pretty sure I got all the trigger modes. There is another bad ending that I could have got, and I stopped halfway through. I would have got a bad ending. I feel so silly. All right, scold him, Kazuki. What? That doesn't make sense. Was I gonna get it anyways? I'm so confused. It said this low and scold him. This is all fine. Everything's fine. This is all the same. Nothing bad's happening. Did I mess up? Everything seems the same. Sasazuka. I had no idea what Sasazuka's intentions were. Yesterday he said that it was because of the collar, but I don't think that was it. Does he still not approve of me as his partner? Even if that's the case, I can't just keep blindly following his orders. Just as Sasazuka had his own thoughts, I also had my own way of thinking. As he begins to disappear into the distance, determination welled up inside my chest. Kind of determination. December 13th, 11:16.
しかし、事件が立て続けに起きたせいか、誰も彼もが過敏になっていかんな。
The heck? You know, it's probably because of all the incidents, but everyone's wound up too tight. Yeah. Mochida and I had gone to visit the area that we couldn't respond to over the phone. People who were hysterical due to fear and anxiety often try to get us to come by submitting false claims. Okay, that's good. This seems familiar. Even so, I was genuinely happy that I was able to assist
処理も終わった
Mochida.
らすぐ休憩に入っていいぞ。なんならどこか食いに行くか。おごるぞ。
Mochida, you're gonna feed me? Oh my god. Okay, you can take your break as soon as we get back. Do you want to eat lunch? My treat? Huh? No. It's fine.
ああ、そうか。お前は弁当だったな。なら俺だけで行くか。
Have lunch with Mochida. He's so sweet. He's got a wife. He's not trying to hit on you. He just wants to be your friend. You always bring your lunch. Then I guess I'll go by myself.
せっかくここまで出たなら、天そばのうまい店があったな。
Well, since I'm all the way out here, I remember a place with good tempura soda. Mochida obviously really wanted to get food, and his anxiousness made me laugh. Please go and eat, Mochida. I'll return to the station myself.
そうか？悪いな。ならそうさせてもらうか。
Really? I'm sorry about that. Well, off to get lunch
じゃあ
then.
な、星野。また午後からよろしく頼む。
See ya, Hoshino. I'll see you again this afternoon. Yes, thank you for your hard work. Mochida darted off in search of tempura soda, joyfully running as if he were a kid again. Mochida was such an easy person to read, and his cheery emotion lifted my spirits. All right, I'll head back to the station. I was about to pick up the pace. Indecipherable shouting. Somewhere nearby, a woman was yelling. I can't tell what she's saying from here. I wonder if it's a domestic dispute. Because Mochida had just left, I hesitated for a moment, but I should just take a quick look at the situation. I headed towards the source of the sound and listened intently as I got closer. Listen, Zero doesn't like you like that. Why would you do this? I thought that you'd accept me if I came all the way here. Get those dirty men out of here, please. My God. I'm so confused. God. The woman's voice was the embodiment of despair, and it gave everything an eerie vibe. I instinctively checked my underarm holster and cautiously approached the voice. Why are you avoiding me now? Is it because of those men? I'll kill them and everyone like them. Oh. Taking you away from me is deafening loud. This isn't good. As I was about to move, I stood still, petrified. I don't hear the woman's voice anymore. The words from earlier, the gunshots, and their combined implications caused a cold sweat to run down my spine. What should I do? What? Should I contact Mochida or should I head to the station? I didn't actually see a crime. To make a report, usually using such flimsy evidence, you heard it. Because if someone was shot, then the perpetrator is still right there. I told myself to calm down. I drew my sidearm from its holster and held it in my trembling hands. Don't go in too deep. Just assess the situation. Make your report afterwards. It'll be fine. Approach with caution. Keep my head on a swivel. I moved slowly and tried to keep my footsteps silent. I peeked through the cracks in the plastic sheet that covered the construction site. I can't see anything from here. I didn't have any choice but to go inside. What motivated me to continue to move forward was the fact that someone had possibly been shot here. Perhaps a victim could be saved. I knew that, so there was no way I could just abandon them. I have to go. After I made up my mind, I put my hand on a lattice door I assumed was the entrance. As the door opened, I quickly swept the area with my gun. I didn't see any targets in the area. I have to go further in. I slowly inched closer, silencing my breath. Then a light whiff of gunpowder wafted over. I was close. As I walked with the gun held up in front of me, I finally encountered the scene. I clamped my hand over my mouth in an attempt to stifle my voice. The result was obvious. The woman was dead. I felt like I'd seen her somewhere. I got the feeling I had bumped into her recently. Where could I have possibly... Who's there? Idiot. It was almost a reflex. I turned around and pointed the gun in that moment. I should have pulled the trigger immediately, but hesitated in a crucial moment. After that impact to the body, I fell. Why couldn't I shoot? Why? The last thing I saw was a person's figure who couldn't be there. Was it Seiki? Did Seiki do it? She did say, my god. Seiki is a god. All right, let's see. Okay, so this one is chapter 4, low. Oh, I had a moment there. All right, low. All right, says... That's rooftop. Hey Hoshino, what are you doing here? Seiki, it's been a while, huh? Don't look too well. Are you sick? No, that's not it. I just don't have an appetite. Do you want this bento that I made? Although it's mine. I'll take it if you're offering. Are you sure? You should at least eat something. It's okay, go ahead. I'll be happy if you enjoy it. Am I okay? Alright, thanks. Seiki, you seem cheery. You seem to be enjoying yourself more recently. You can tell? Why are you so happy? I'm about to get a new drinking buddy. Maybe I'm upbeat about that. Oh really? Is it someone in your department? Something like that. I'll introduce you to sometimes. We'll all get together and drink. I've never known I had an option to go other places than I was supposed to. I look forward to it. Then it's a promise. Goodbye, Seiki. I love you. Build operation support team. Oh, Shirashi. What's wrong? There's nothing in particular I'd say was wrong. I don't think. Have you figured out anything new about the incident? Beats me. There's probably isn't any information you'd want to know. I see.
その日が来たら君はどうする？
Only a bit longer until X day. Say there. What are you going to be doing when it comes? Dying? What do you mean? Isn't it our job to make sure it doesn't come?
例えばの話だよ。どうする？
Just chit-chatting. So what do you do? I don't want to think about it, but I think we'll have to continue our work even if something happens on X day. What we do isn't going to change.
そっか。
That's upstanding of you. What about you, Shirashi?
俺？
Me? Yeah.
俺か。どうするんだろうね。
I don't
もし
know.
かしたらここにいないかもしれないな。つまらない世界になりそうだしね。
I might not even be here. The world would become pretty boring. So you're just going to quit the police?
例えばの話でしょ？そういう可能性だってなくはないかもよ。
It's just a what if scenario, right? It's entirely possible.
そうならないように君たちには頑張ってもらいたいな。応援だけはしておくよ。
In that case, you all better work hard so that doesn't happen. I'll give you some help. He sounds like none of this concerns him.
ほんと君はわかりやすいな。
You're so easy to figure out.
さ、俺も昼休憩に入るから悪いけどこの部屋閉めるけどいい？
Well, I'm gonna take my lunch break. Do you mind if I lock this room? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry for bothering you. Why do I have so many choices? I've tried to click on things before multiple times and haven't been allowed to. The heck? This conversation did happen. But I didn't have food to give her this time, right? That's weird. I'm confused. Sasazuka. This is wild. This is a wild ride I'm on. Hey. It's my little brother. Be honest with them. Be wishy-washy. Am I trying to kill my brother? Listen, I'm fine with dying again and again, but if it hurts Kazuki, I actually am bothered by this. I don't want to doubt Akito any more than you do. I really want to believe that he has nothing to do with Kazuki. Then
いい加減にしろ。
stop it.
そうやって願望論で物語っても現実は覆らねえんだよ。
Wishful thinking like that isn't going to override reality. Sasazuka.
お前もお前だ。
That goes for you
こ
too.
いつの姉である前に警察官だろ。流されてどうすんだ。
First off, that's a lie. I'm not a cop first. I am a sister first. Thank you. You're a cop first and a sister second. Don't let yourself get carried away by emotions. I'm sorry. No, you're not. Don't be sorry. Oops, just hit all the wrong buttons just now.
もしセラが無実だったとしても、今本当の意味でセラを信じるなら、事実は事実として受け止めた上で、
Cooperate.
と
Cooperate.
にかくまずは事情聴取だな。下手な嘘なんか
Dun 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 dun. Running.
甘ったれんな。バーカ。
Don't be naive, stupid. He flicked my nose and I closed my eyes as a reflex.
俺が亡くなって言ってんだ。3秒以内に泣きやめ。
Told you not to cry. You got 3 seconds to stop. That's unreasonable. I held my nose and protested, but Sasazuka flashed an evil
反抗
grin.
する元気が出てきたじゃねえか。やっぱお前、いじめられんのが好きなのな。
You finally got the energy to protest. You really like getting bullied, don't you?
うるせえな
No.
私
Shut up, crybaby. I was just feeling a little bit confused.
おう
That's
そう
it.
か。だったらもう心配いらねえな。
I see. Then you should be all right. So in this story, instead of him kissing me, he flicks my nose. Sasazuka grins and puts his hand on top of my head.
なら、明日も頑張れ。弟だって不安なのは一緒なんだからな。
Get better for tomorrow. Your brother's as worried as you are. I know. Thank you for coming. I'll need your help
仕
tomorrow.
方ねえからな。
I don't have a choice. Bye. With that, Sasazuka turned his back to me. I watched as he disappeared into the distance and heaved a sigh. I embarrassed myself in front of him. I better change my mindset. With that on my mind, I returned home. Da da da. All right, talking. Talking again, but we've already had this conversation, so we don't need to have this conversation again. Oh, the dramatic music because the guy ran away. Running. I think he's on the run trying to hide.
バカすぎて頭痛い。
0 points. You're so stupid you make my head hurt. Why? I hit all the wrong buttons again. Like, what's wrong with me?
逃げ
Why?
てんのは分かってんだよ。問題は何のために逃げたかだ。
I get what you're saying. Obviously he ran, but I want you to tell me what he did
考
after
えて
that.
すぐ分かることだろう。ソーダは何がしたくて逃げたと思う？
You should know just by thinking about it. What did Soda want to do so much? That would be to play his
それ
game?
以外に何があるんだよ。
What other answer is there?
ソーダは今日のイベントをどうしても自分でプレイしたかった。だから逃げた。それだけだ。
Soda wants to play in the event for today, so we ran. That's all there is to it.
ソーダのユーザー ID はもう掴んでる。
I already know his ID. To lose in the game. This was the wrong answer, I remember.
それも間違いじゃねえけど。俺が期待してた答えとは
That's not
違う。
wrong, but it's not quite the answer I was looking for.
単に負けただけなら、もっと強くなって相手を叩きのめせばいい話だ。
If it's just a loss, you might grind until you're stronger and can beat your enemy
ソー
next
ダが
time.
8月の事件に関連してるなら、その動機はネットいじめ以外にありえねえだろ。
If Shota is involved with the August incident, then he would be more motivated by online bullying. Oh, you're
それ
right.
まで神と持ち
Yeah. All right. Cause another bug. Oh, I did have that option before. Is that the option I picked? LOL. I understand what Sasazuka was trying to do and why he was doing it, but even so, I still felt that this was going to be going a bit further than he
俺のや
should.
り方に納得できねえなら、今のうちに外すぞ。
If you don't agree to my methods, I'll remove you
これ
right
から
now.
忙しくなる。そんな不満たっぷりの顔でそばにいられても迷惑だからな。
We're about to start here. It's going to be a real problem if you keep looking like you're unsatisfied with the plan. I'm fine. It's true that I'm still a bit hesitant, but I'll follow your
な
methods.
らいいけど。
All right then. After he said that, Sasazuka turned his back to me and started fiddling with his PC. Either way, I can't say anything because I have 0 investigation experience. My primary objective should simply be to catch Shota. This is Shota's point of view. Takeru. I missed this last time because I was not paying attention to the usernames that Takeru was playing on there. Don't think you'll die so easily. My shout made Shota take a step back. Don't die like this.
なんだよ。
What are you? Your world isn't completely broken yet. Everything is still right here. Please don't die. Oh man.
嘘だ。
Shota.
俺の世界はもう壊れた。
No, my world is already ruined. That's not true.
壊れて。
It's shattered, broken. He convulsed and started shaking. His gaze went blank, and I had no idea what he was looking at anymore.
下がれ。
Get back. Sasazuka quietly but sharply ordered me, and I shook my head. I'm fine. I carefully took a step forward, but Shota didn't react. Shota, I'm going to come a little closer. I won't do anything to you. Dude, bro, don't get closer to a man with a gun. Another step, another step. Shota stayed standing but continued to shake. His gun was aimed, but with his hand shaking, he wouldn't be able to hit anything.
や
Not
め
you.
ろ。無理するな。
Get out of the way. I ignored Sasuka's voice behind me because I am an idiot and continued to move closer to Shota. 2 more steps and I'd be close enough to touch him. I cautiously reached out to him. Shota, please put down your that. He can't miss you from point blank. Lee!
誰がお前なんか信じるか。バーカ。
Like I'm gonna believe you, dumbass. He suddenly, his movement caught me off guard. He dragged me by my arm to restrain me. I tried to resist as he placed the gun to my temple. I screwed up. Yeah.
もう壊れたんだよ。だからもう死ぬしかねえんだ。
My world is already broken. That's why there's no way out for me but death. That's... No. Shut up. He dug the muzzle of the gun deeper into my temple. The feeling of the cold metal made my mind go blank. Fear started to make my legs shake.
そいつを離せ。お前の敵は俺だ。
Let her go. I'm the one you want to kill. Huh?
お前を罠にかけたのは俺だって言ってんだ。掲示板にも書き込んだ。俺は
I'm the one who trapped you. I made the post on the form.
でもいいね。もうでもいいんだ。
He's got a lot of emotions. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I did backwards.
もうあれ、ジエンド。神なき世界に未来はない。
It's all over. At the end, a world without its god has no future.
そいつは関係ねえ。撃つなら俺を撃て。
She has nothing to do with this. Shoot me instead. Sasazuka! My movement proved to be fatal. Dead. You're already dead. She can't hear you. Boom! Headshot. Oh, he did it.
撃て。
Fire at will. Ooh, that's not good. Ga. Well,
そうだ。
anyways.
まだ息あります。
Shoda's still
すぐ
breathing.
に搬送しろ。
Transport him immediately.
彼女は
死抜かれてます。
Officer down. One shot to the head. Oh my god. This is terrible.
嘘。
No way.
笹塚君
Sasazuka?
嘘だろ。嘘だって言えよ。
This isn't happening. Tell me this isn't real. Oh no. Sorry. So much trauma. Anyways, let's load up the next ending that's bad. All right, we're actually gonna load up a save I have because apparently I'm a silly person and I should have continued on with the path I had already picked. All right, go to his home and then fast forward. I don't know. Revenge only spawned more revenge. The police existed to sever that cycle. I can do it. If killing in revenge was justified, then the world would never know any peace.
お前が当たり前の今も。
We don't read flashbacks. I didn't know. I didn't know what Sasazuka was really thinking. Why didn't he tell me that he was different from the others?
でも笹塚さん、そのことを。
It's fine. We already remember that. Is this really all it takes? Please come back soon. The worry grew within my heart as I closed my eyes, as if I was running away in a dream world. Lee? I heard a voice whisper my name. Sasazuka?
いい子だから。そのまま寝てろ。
Just go back to sleep. I felt something blowing in my face, which caused me to shut my eyes. What's going on? I wanted to open my eyes. I wanted to see who was there, but I couldn't. The button by my neck was undone, and I felt my jaw being tickled. I heard a metallic sound. Then all of a sudden, I felt cool air caress my neck. While I drifted off into sleep, I still had no idea what was happening. Sorry. A gentle hand stroked my ear, and then the warmth disappeared. Why did you apologize? Why did you leave? I didn't want the warmth to go away. I tried to reach out to grab it, but my mind and body were paralyzed. I couldn't move a single muscle. The only thing that I had control over were the tears streaming down my cheeks.
おい。起きろ。
Hey,
Awesome.
wake up, Hoshino. Yanagi! When did I go to sleep? My heart hurts. Head hurts, sorry. I opened my eyes when someone shook my shoulders. Yanagi? Yanagi had an ominous look on his face as he stared at my
起きた
neck.
ばかりで悪いが、状況を聞かせてくれ。一体
I'm
何があっ
sorry.
た？
I know you just woke up, but you need to tell me what happened. What do you mean? And then I noticed there was something wrong with my neck. No. Something was missing. The proof I was being watched by Adonis, the evil caller that held my life hostage, it was gone. Why? Oddly, the first thing that I felt wasn't freedom, but a sort of emptiness. No way. I couldn't shake the feeling that in exchange for losing the collar, I lost something important. I was already moving before I could think. I ignored Yanagi as I sped outside. Where are you going? I violently threw open the door and ran down the steps. Sasazuka! Where are you, Sasazuka? Oh man, my shouts echoed amongst the dark buildings that looked like tombstones in the night. That wasn't a dream.
ごめんな。
Sorry. Why? I cried out, but I already knew. My voice wouldn't reach him. Sasazuka had gone someplace that I couldn't reach him. And then all contact with Sasazuka was lost. Investigation HQ searched for him, but we had lost nearly all trace of him. Days passed. Well, she's not gonna die, so it's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. She's fine. Happy New Year! Woo-hoo! X Day has arrived. The Shinjuku citizens all looked up at the sky as the countdown went to 0. The heavily processed robotic voice, I knew this voice well. I heard the voice of the death sentence, a voice I was quite familiar with. Okay. Alrighty. I think we're down to just the one. I could be wrong. Let's double check. I think we only have one more bad ending. Yeah, just one more bad ending, and it's super easy to get. If I remember correctly, that is. We literally just have to start chapter 6 with low love. That's it. That's all we gotta do. Go to 6 and go low. Because there's no choices in 6, apparently. Bum 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 banana. Interesting. Do. Ooh. Okay. I believe in you.
そんなこと言われなくても分かってる。
Ah. That was why I needed to resolve my present issue immediately.
意識、お前の言い分は分かった。
I see. Interesting. Got that off. We did it. We're alive. There go. Did I do this wrong? No, it had to be right. Right? Maybe? Okay. After that, time just seemed to fly by for some reason. Sakagawara? How can we be busier after the XA incidents are over than we were during them?
はい。笹塚が今日は会議で留守だからって文句言わないの。
Yeah. Don't you complain just because Sasuke's busy with meetings today and
せっ
tomorrow.
かくのクリスマスイブだし、イチャつきたかったのはわかるけどね。
It's Christmas Eve, so I know you're dying to have time to make out with him. That's not true. I was just hoping that the situation would settle down soon.
あんたには同情するよ。後でお姉さんたちが焼け酒と焼肉に付き合ってやるから。
I do sympathize with you. We'll keep you company and drink and eat your troubles away later. Eating my troubles. It sounds great. I do it all the time. December 31st.
星野、次はこの書類地域企画課に持ってっといてくれるか。
Hoshino, can you take these documents to the local planning department? Yes, I didn't think I would be spending New Year's at
そ
work.
んなお前には俺が先輩から受け継いだありがたい格言を教えてやろう。
Let me tell you a great saying I heard from my senior that applies to this
警
situation.
官には盆も暮れもない。あるのはただ目の前の仕事だけ。
Cops don't have a day off. All you have is the day in front of
お
you.
前もちゃんと後輩に語り継ぐよ。
I hope you tell your junior officers that one day. That's a sad tradition. 5:51 a.m. Jesus, go to bed. Although Adonis had been dismantled, everyone was still slightly fearful deep down. No new incidents occur even after New Year's, and our busy work schedule hadn't slowed down. Minagishi, Happy New Year!
おめでとうございます。星野さん
Happy New Year, Hoshino. Seems like we successfully prevented X Day. We managed to reach New
それ
Year's.
もあなたを含め捜査員全員のおかげです。ということで、よろしければこちらをどうぞ。
It's thanks to you and all the other investigators. Oh, if you like, take this. Coffee.
お年玉代わりですよ。今年もよろしくお願いします。
Think of it as a New Year gift. Happy New Year. Thanks, Minagishi. He gave me caffeine, but I'm pretty sure that he needs it more than I do. I think you all need it. That'd be funny if a bad ending was just you ending up with a different person. In the end, we continued to work hard through the new year. There were many people unable to visit their families for the holidays because Shinjuku was still under quarantine. We had to work to lift the quarantine for the sake of those people. In order to achieve that, we had to gather more material evidence so that everyone was finally convinced that Adonis was no longer a threat. There was so much work to do after the incident because we had to sufficiently prove that the city was now truly safe. Even if it's the higher ups who make the final decision, our work can speed up the process. I couldn't be complaining now. You can complain if you want to, it's okay. January 15th, my bad. 1:14. I persevered for the next month or so. Disbanding Investigation HQ?
もともと捜査本部は事件解決とほぼ同時期に解散するのが
It was originally meant to be disbanded once X Day was dealt
今日ま
with.
で残ってたのは事件の特殊性と後処理を考慮した特例に過ぎねえし
It's been maintained until today because of the special circumstances and to tie up loose
配布
ends.
された銃の回収も進んだからそろそろお役御免って判断だそうだ
Gun collection has gone fine, so they decided they don't need us anymore. I see. I knew this day would come eventually, so I couldn't say that I was surprised. Although it was kind of inappropriate, it made me feel like just a little bit sad. If Investigation HQ is disbanded, will you return to the Metropolitan Office, right? I guess we won't be able to have lunch together like this anymore. Oh, but we should go drinking from time to time, as long as that's fine with you. Lee,
向こう
Sasazuka?
向いて目閉じろ
Turn around and close your eyes. Huh?
いいから早く
Just
5
do
秒
it.
な4
5 seconds. 4, 3. Okay, I turned. They're closed. I heard a snickering, possibly because he didn't expect me to actually listen. And then... Is their sad ending still good? This is... Sasazuka reached around from behind and placed something on my neck. It was a silver necklace that had a pretty cute design. I looked at the head of it and it glittered in the sunlight. Huh? Seeing me confused, he spoke to me with a voice that was blunt but
本当
bashful.
はクリスマスにやる予定だったけど忙しくて渡せなかった
You didn't even give me a gift for Christmas in the other world. What? I wanted to give it to you for Christmas, but we were too busy.
首輪が
For
なく
me?
なって首元が寂しいだろあとはまあなんとなく
I'm sure you felt lonely because you've been so used to having something around your neck. It's cute. Are you sure I can really have this?
お前にやるために買ったんだ気に入ったなら大事にしとけ
I bought it for you. If you really like it, take good care of it. Of course. Man, Their bad ending's still okay. Thank you so much. I feel so happy. Even if we are working at different places, I think I won't feel lonely. It's reassuring. I said that with a big smile, but Sasaka turned away. Sasaka?
なんでもね。それより信号変わるぞ。
Is he gonna die? Is he gonna go kill him? Nothing, the signal changed. Let's hurry. Oh, yes. Is he gonna go murder somebody?
本当にバカだな。お前も。
You really are stupid. I am too.
やり出せなかったじゃねえか。
I couldn't say it. Couldn't say what? What could you say? That was the last exchange I ever had with Sasaka. Minagishi filled me in later on. Sasaka hunted down the traces of Adonis and found that their remnants were planning another terrorist operation in America. He was the first to volunteer to be among the dispatched to investigate it. I suppose he was just showing his own type of kindness by not telling me about it. Or perhaps it was just I was just unable to gain his trust as his partner. Even today, I looked up at the sky while I played with the necklace he gave me, like an abandoned cat with a collar. That's the saddest ending. Oh my god. That's fine. That was a fine ending. Okay, did we do it? Did we get all the pictures for him? It's so cute. Oh my god. I love it. What is happening? What are you wearing? All right, perfect. We got all his endings now. And then... Still not sure what this one is. That could be the true ending, but... Now we gotta get all of Yanagi's endings. He's got a few. Alrighty, well, we did it. We survived. I think he had the best bad ending in the world, really. Yeah, he left, but he still had feels for you. Alright, well, we're gonna stop it here for the night. I'll be picking up with Yanagi's story now that I officially unlocked it. Super excited. Really good. I definitely did save the best for last. I'm pretty excited that I saved Sasazuka for this. I obviously couldn't do Yanagi last because you had to play everybody else's story to get Yanagi's story, so that was my favorite. That was my favorite. I have no regrets for choosing him for last. He had the best story and 2 good endings, even if they never saw each other again. It's still fine. It's fine. It's fine. You can dream. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to see my older streams, you can visit me on my YouTube channel where I post them, or if you are on YouTube and you're wanting to see my newer stuff, you can visit me on Twitch. I try to stream once a week. It doesn't always happen, but have a lovely day. Bye.